Oh, let's do this thing. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim, and welcome to a very special Tuesday night stream. I know I feel like I say that a lot. All of my streams are special, but this one is more so. Tonight, we are playing the Shapeshifting Detective, a game that I am very much looking forward to for more reasons than just the fact that I am actually in the game. Kind of, sort of. I'm one of the voiceover artists that was hired on for the game, which is really flattering and really, really awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing that part. But the more important thing is that it is another FMV game, and oh my god, it's been so long since we played a great FMV game, and I'm so goddamn excited! And you might see some familiar faces from the FMV games that we've played in the past, including but not limited to Contradiction, Dr. Decker, and maybe even Tex Murphy. So, without any further bother, let's dive in, shall we? Yes, of course, I want to start a brand new game because I played a couple of minutes to make sure that this game was up to par, and it is. It is definitely up to par, and I'm very excited. Thank you so much to Deveki Studios for the opportunity to be a part of this game, and also for providing me with the code to this game. And so we start the Shapeshifting Detective, created by the husband and wife families of Linda and Tim Cowles, and then all of the actors that we see here.
It's 5 o'clock, and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorona Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night.
Okay.
Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
Interesting. So in the town of August, it seems there has been a murder.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Hey, rude. I just started this game. I haven't even got to say anything yet. Who the fuck are you?
Exactly. Rewind.
What? 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 It started me over.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
And I can't skip it.
And I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorona Shaw.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont
kind of a dick
is calling
move,
the
Gabe.
crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the
I
murder
love
is
it.
urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
Like, I wish it was a truncated version. I hate having to listen to the whole thing again, but very funny game. Fine, I'll play along.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Okay, I need to learn when to keep my mouth shut. I guess that is the lesson that we're being taught here. Sometimes the best answer is no answer. Garbage. 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 Oh. Garbage.
You know why you're here.
Gotta press
don't
and
you?
hold. I don't know why
The
I'm
dead
here.
girl.
I didn't do it.
And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time?
Say nothing?
Splendid.
Ah, excellent. That's
You're
the right
going
answer.
to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont.
Sounds pleasant.
He's gonna think you're someone else.
Cool. How's he gonna think I'm someone
This
else?
person. This is who you are now.
Okay.
Understood?
But it's not who I was before. Yes.
Splendid. If someone so much as sniffs that you're different,
I'm creeped out by the deer head.
You'll
I'm
be
really
deprecated.
creeped out by the wooden carved deer head.
Deprecated.
Deprecated? I don't
We
like the sound of that
expect you
word.
to use your ability. Just don't get caught.
What means
And
deprecated?
never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news,
Okay.
August resident Mia French is
Don't
celebrating the return of her missing pooch,
get
Barley.
caught.
The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy
No
was found outside
children.
Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
Under
And that's
any
5
circumstances.
o'clock with
Those are my
Poe
2
and Monroe.
rules.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house.
It's good to see that our friend found a new vocation instead of leading people into the
Now,
water to die.
how long are you staying for?
As long as it takes. Oh, well, fuck. As long as it takes.
Yes. The chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in.
I mean, I guess we could let this place get a little busy.
It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet.
You have an intonation for saying things that is really fun.
Yes, the
I
murder.
like it. Please say more.
You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you?
No, I haven't. Have yet to meet with the chief. Who
Chief
is the
Dupont.
chief? Chief Dupont.
He's the one who booked the room for you.
Ah, yes.
You look lost.
Good.
You should probably go and speak to the chief.
Yes.
Your room is
I should
just
probably
down the
go
hall,
and
last
speak to
on
the
the left.
chief.
It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Jesus Christ!
Finishing.
I mean, I guess we could ask her about her vacation, or we could just say we're looking for the room.
You don't believe?
Oh, it's our good. Oh, everyone's here. Hey, Anna Rose, it's good to see you again. I believe.
That sounded
Sure,
serious.
I believe.
You must have a serious job to do.
Every
Hi,
job
I'm
with me
Bronwyn.
is serious, dear. Brown one. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Sam.
My name is
If
Sam.
you'd like a reading.
Apparently, right now. Sure, I'll take a reading. That sounds like fun.
What's your question, Sam?
Ooh. How about, are you the guilty party? Did you murder that girl?
Oh,
It's the death card.
the Page of Cups.
Oh, no, never mind.
It suggests I'm innocent of whatever it is I'm being accused of. I'm
Interesting.
going to be seeing a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam?
You better fucking believe it.
I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3.
Okay.
Which room are you in, Sam?
I have no idea. So, tarot reader in room 1, Sam, room 3, and then I forget the lady's name that she said was in room 2, but I'm just writing down all this information because it might become important later on. You never know. I'd rather not say, just in
Mysterious.
case you
But
want
I
to
know
kill
you're
me.
in room 4, Sam.
Oh.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do in there.
Okie dokie. Sounds like it's not limiting too much.
Excellent.
Excellent.
That fast. I watched them walk up the driveway and see their mouths moving, but it takes a while to hear what they're saying.
And so this
Do you understand?
is one of the segments of Radio
Your
August.
daughter's been in a fatal accident. I'm so sorry.
The murder
It-
mystery
it's only
stories that are
then.
told in between
I dropped the
segments.
phone. I don't hear the metal frame
can let them
thump
run.
the ground or the glass shards that splinter from the screen because
Turn off the radio.
that very moment, she's with me again, gripping my hand.
Or move on. I thought you
Right.
could be able to change it to a different story, but I guess it just plays in
Welcome
order.
to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Today I've brought in a really cool object.
Mm.
So what might this be?
Well, it definitely looks like an alien, and from what I can see, it's like a alien, I suppose, with 2 alien babies, and then it's wearing a hat, and it's made of stone. They kind of look like semi-precious black eyes. They kind of look like lizards.
Interesting. Those are gonna be cool to listen to. I might. There's a small possibility that I might just leave those playing during the breaks, if I can get to it during that time, because that would be kind of fun. And this is our room. Neat little blue bulb. Please don't let someone jump out. Please don't let someone jump out. Huh. Wow. Beautiful little room. 4-post bed. Leave. Shifting is currently locked. Okay. So I guess this will be a place where we'll be able to switch forms when we need to. And no one will be able to see us here because we are in our room in private. But of course, we can't really shapeshift right now because we don't have anybody to shapeshift into.
You're listening to
So I guess we should just go ahead and visit the chief.
Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
The Calling.
I wonder who.
Read by Jessa.
I wonder
from
who.
The Jessa channel. I love you.
I wonder who Poe and Monroe are.
Good, you got my message.
Ah!
I wasn't sure you'd come.
Nice to see you.
Between jobs?
Chief. I'm
Well, we
Samuel
both know that's not true.
in this case.
But I like it. Sam.
Okay.
That's your
Cool.
cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, redhead.
Dorota Shaw. Strangled.
I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers.
Really? Tarot readers are the main suspect of the chief. Interesting. So let's ask more about the victim first.
Yes. Keep up, Sam. That's the girl who was murdered.
I know. What can you tell me about her? I guess that's it. Why the tarot readers?
Did it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble.
Right.
Best not to lock her up.
Except she proved that she was crazy by pulling the Page of Cups, and I mean, there's no way she could pull that card unless she's absolutely innocent.
It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd probably been smoking something. And that's why I didn't take it seriously.
Yeah. All that sage and rosemary, those witchy things.
Because things, I don't have enough on her. That's where you come in.
Oh,
Free
I
guest
see.
house day
You need
isn't free.
evidence and
I
due
need you to work the
process
case
and all
report
that
back
good
to me.
stuff that we
Find
take
out
for
things
granted
from the
these days in the
inside.
law.
Can you do it?
Sure. I will definitely give it the old college try.
Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license
Good
to
to
talk
see you
to
have a
people,
good
but
sense of self.
only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy
Right.
them.
Right.
You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you.
I love a little scratch my back and scratch yours
You don't
deal.
get that.
Do I get a badge and a
It's
gun?
no badge and gun, just a hope and a promise.
Fuck.
Come and
Of course
find me
not.
when you're
Do I get a
settled.
fancy hat? Can I
It's
at
a
least get a
second chance
fancy
Sunday
hat?
for you, Sam.
That seemed to work well for
Don't blow it.
one of my favorite detectives. Okay, fine. So tell me about
What do you want
Dorota.
to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself.
Interesting. Juilliard-based cellist. This would be the picture that they have in the file. When was
Don't
she
read the
killed?
paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner.
Okay.
We got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m.
9 p. Mom called at 10. Easy enough. So far, so clear.
In her
Where was she
bedroom.
killed?
She was naked,
Uh-huh.
strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota
What?
had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this.
That does sound
Only the killer would know.
pseudo-spiritual, doesn't it? I mean, we all know about the coins going over the eyes for the Greek tradition to pay the ferryman Chiron. You don't suppose it has something similar to do with that, do you? Gold coin in mouth. What about this Violet?
Board here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady.
Right.
Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you?
She told me everything. I know everything, so I'm not going to say anything and let you keep talking. Oh.
Look, if it's
He does
about the
have a fancy hat,
pills,
too.
I already know.
Pills? Pills? Question mark? I'm gonna write that down. And yes, I agree, Rowan. It's very nice to see so many familiar faces in this game. And what
Not
else
much.
do we know?
Perhaps you should do some investigating?
Oh, yeah? Well, perhaps. You should have an
Do I
alibi
have
for
an
last night.
alibi for last night? Do I?
Yes, that's
Okay.
exactly what I said.
I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius.
I'm just doing my job, sir. If you're not gonna give me a badge and a gun, I might as well rule out all suspicion. Fine,
She
I'll
hit
go.
speed dial.
I'll go.
Mom? It's Zoe. I know. It was the detective you hired. He tried to kill me. I know. As fast as I can. I love you too. Okay. Bye. She puts the phone back, and her hand stops. Shaking. It moves as if it has a mind of its own. She tries to resist the movement, but it's too strong.
Do you
It dodges
imagine
into the jacket,
that the devs
pulls
like
out
just
a
basically
cigarette.
took a camera in their
She
car
sighs.
and drove
She
down the road
lets
at
it
night
Put the cigarette to her lips and lights
for
it.
about, I don't
Cough.
know, 100 miles or so?
Cough.
Because I'm not gonna
Coughing
lie,
like it's her first
the
smoke.
driver
She looks
The
down
driver actually
pitifully
kind of
at
looks
Lung
like Tim,
and
now that I
shrugs.
think about it.
Gotta find me a good one.
You're listening to Radio August.
Yes, that
Dark
was
Nights
one Jessimus
with Poe and
Coximus,
Monroe.
another voiceover artist for that was
The
tapped for the
Calling.
radio.
Read by Jessa from the.
All right, so I guess we can head on back to the guest house now, since we have
I
ourselves
love you, she
the first
said.
people that we can accuse, Rayan.
Then she cut off her face.
She was the person in the middle.
front of me. It took a lot of effort with the butter knife.
thought she
Alternately
said Sam was in
plunging
room
and
3.
trying to saw.
Interesting. Maybe I
A
misheard.
curtain
Maybe I
of
misheard that.
blood ripped
Anyway,
under.
let's go see
I
Violet.
assume you've
Hi,
been to see
Violet.
Chief DuPont already.
Yeah, he mentioned something about pills. Do you know anything about that? You know what? Let's work up to it.
Not
What do you know about
really.
the victim?
I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though.
Mm-hmm. Why don't I think you believe that? I'm just gonna let her go.
She reminds me of me, but without my intellect.
I see. So, was she nice?
Yes, that's a good description.
She was.
Actually,
nice.
I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest.
Well, now that's the opposite of what you were just saying. Is she nice or is she well, I guess, in a way, isn't being slutty spreading as much joy as you can? So I guess that's nice. She was
Sorry,
slutty?
I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend.
But I want to ask you, though, because
Oscar
it seems like...
lives at
Wait,
the vicarage next to
so
the
she was
church.
killed in her bedroom, not here at
Don't
the
tell
guest
him
house.
I
Never
sent
mind.
you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already.
As I would imagine that being the boyfriend and the closest to the victim, he's probably been seen a bunch of times by the authorities and trying to figure out what's going on.
They're tarot readers.
Yeah, I
I'm
heard about
thinking
them.
of asking them to leave, actually.
Why? You would think that would be nice and neat and organized, being able to put everything in nice rows and columns and such. Why would you want them to leave?
Because they may have killed someone.
Oh, right,
It's not
murder.
great for my reputation, is it?
Right.
Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos.
I am not a hobo. Are you talking about me?
I'm sorry, it's a derogatory word, isn't it? But strange people seem to gravitate towards this guest house, Sam.
Oh, right. I'm
I'll
sorry.
get the sign changed.
Okay. So then what were you
It's the strangest
doing
thing.
last night?
I honestly don't remember. But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere.
Right. Because of the pills. And have you ever been to
I've
the
driven
victim's
by
home before?
it. Never actually been in it.
I see, but you do know where it is,
I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety.
you think.
I'm a very anxious person.
Yes, as someone with your intellect probably would be. But clozapine's actually for
I
schizophrenia.
don't know, Dr. Sam. You
isn't
tell
it?
me.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it is. Okay. I think we've seen everything we need to see. Thank you so much, Violet. We'll be back.
Allegedly, you could look in the mirror, close your eyes, think of being somewhere else, and you're there.
So,
Should we try it now?
Violet.
No, I've tried it. It doesn't work for me.
Oh.
Maybe it works for you. You try it.
S-C-H-I...
Okay, so I'm just gonna imagine
I
somewhere
have no
else.
idea.
And
Schizophrenia.
She's gone,
And I
isn't
guess
it? It's amazing.
going on down the list, we'll visit Bronwyn
Sam,
and see what we can find out
Is
here.
it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading.
No. I'm here to inquire why the beds are pushed together. Do you have visitors? Do you have company? Were you expecting someone? I have questions
Chief
about the
Dupont thinks I
murder.
did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise.
I'm hoping to gather evidence that will let me prove
I
one thing
didn't.
or another.
We've only been here 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it's suspicious me being a stranger in town, but it's the truth.
Hey, I'm a stranger here in town too, except for the fact that you're the
We
one who
saw
predicted
danger
her
in the
murder.
cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam. We're on the same team.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not 100% sure she's playing with a full deck. She might be missing a couple of her major arcana, if you know what I mean. So how
we
did you
saw it in
predict
the cards,
murder?
not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful.
Tarot can also be very coincidental. Can you ask who the killer
Not
is?
These cards. They only tell us what they want us to know.
Of course. Of course. How convenient. Where were you at 9 p.m.
In my
last
room,
night?
reading. I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me.
Saved you from being stuck reading a book that you didn't want to read?
She came to my room to chat for a little while.
Oh, I see. Fair
That
enough.
was around 9, I think. You can ask her.
Okay. So, you think Violet is trashy because of her
I
novels and
said the
stuff?
book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy.
I guess everyone's allowed a little bit of vice in their lives. Fine.
Looking down
We'll
at her
go.
semi-naked, blood-drenched body, the girl sighs and turns her attention to Lung. Did you murder her? Lung squirms a little. Cough, cough, cough. A lot of people wanted Zoe dead. I did them a favor. And I
Okay.
got a meeting with you.
Yeah, she does love
The girl
vampire novels,
draws-
doesn't she?
You must be a new guest. Or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way.
Yeah, I don't really shake hands so much. Can I just let it go and not shake hands? Yeah, there we go. Cool.
I heard you say earlier your name's Sam.
Excellent.
You don't look like a Sam.
That's who I am, born and raised as Sam Samelston. Detective at large. What do you know about the victim? Let's talk about you.
I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorona Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician.
Mm-hmm. What, did you see her break out her cello or something? Because that's a rather large instrument. It's not like something she will be able to just break out at a whim. So, oh, interesting. Do you know who a next victim is?
Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec. We don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, and then we'll have a better idea.
So what you're saying is you haven't picked one yet. How did you predict
did
the
a
murder?
reading. A group reading, actually. With a special tarot deck.
Tell me more about this group reading.
The three of
We'll
us
see if we
get
can maybe
together
some
and read
contradicting
the same
evidence
cards.
between what
Bronwyn
says
says it
and
makes
what
the whole thing
Bronwyn
stronger or
says.
more powerful or something. But I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answers just on my own.
As you seem to have a lot of confidence in your own skills.
Mercury,
Tell me about the special deck.
it's not exactly from here. With a
This
normal tarot deck,
Mercury deck.
you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves.
The hell? That was weird. Can I see the cards?
I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
Convenient. What were you doing last night?
In my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying.
To what?
It
To whom?
didn't work.
Praying for what? Oh, I guess praying that the girl wouldn't be killed.
My prayer that the girl would be safe.
I see. Fair enough. I guess the powerless have only but praying left to do.
What I can see here are 3 small metal bells.
Fine. Last but not least,
to what looks
let's go and visit Lexi.
Hi. Sam, is it? Come on
Yeah,
in.
sure.
Make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa. Come on.
Pleasure's all mine. So how did you know the victim?
I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Why are you so nervous? What's going on?
Good old-fashioned
Or I guess I could ask that
fortune-telling.
question too.
Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the
group
most dangerous
reading.
tarot card is?
Death? You know what? I'm gonna go with the happy squirrel.
You've done your research. The happy squirrel was vague and mysterious, but not evil.
So what is the most
The
dangerous
Five of
tarot card
Swords.
then?
I think so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost.
I see. The 5 of Swords is the most dangerous, according to young Lexi here.
Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad.
I kind of like Lexi. Lexi's pretty great. So, how well do you
She's
know
like my
Bronwyn?
big sister, so pretty well.
And do you think she committed the murder?
No.
But you have some hesitation there. What is your hesitation?
The cards told us to. Well, the cards of Rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is.
Yeah, well, whatever jiggery pokery it is that you guys do, I hope you do it behind closed doors. Just tell me what the
No.
cards tell you, please.
Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do.
A job?
I didn't say job. I said job.
Ah, yeah. I think I'm just gonna let her have more rope to hang herself with.
Yeah, it's a tarot thing you won't understand.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it is.
I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were, painting our nails.
Yeah, except for the fact that we know she wasn't. Can I
mean,
see your
yeah.
nails that are currently not
I've already
painted?
cleaned it off.
Right. Exactly. That's what I thought.
Screaming for me to go, to run.
So clearly
No
the
one
tarot
saw
readers
me.
were not doing what
No
they
one
said they were
knew
doing
I
last
even
night.
went for a drive.
I wonder if I can point that out to Bronwyn. Can I see the Mercury Tarot?
Sure. I'll just get it.
Yeah, you are supposed to have
It
it.
feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you.
Yeah, I don't care.
Doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them.
Show me the deck.
Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam?
No. I want you to show me your deck.
There's nothing particularly special about it, apart from where it's from, what it does, and how it behaves.
Oh, you mean everything about it, except for what it's made from, because it's a traditional deck of cards. Show me the cards!
The feeling in your gut when you know something awful is going to happen and you need to get the fuck out of Dodge before you get caught up in it was raging
Fine.
in me, but here I was.
I guess we'll...
And that-
well, let's see. Let me go back in there. What's up, Bronwyn? Nothing.
The card.
Okay. Not a problem.
The interior lights came on,
let's
and
go-
the annoying ding sound.
Looks like maybe the best thing to
I
do would
left
be to go
my
around
door
somewhere else,
open
because
as
we've
I
done all the
cautiously walked
riding
back.
around that we can. Well,
Find somewhere safe to transition.
hey!
You're not a superhero.
what if we were to transform into one of the people that we have met so far? Say the most vulnerable of them.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
And so now, I am
Hand on the
Lexi.
side of my car for support, the other outstretched
And I
in front
wonder,
of me,
now as
ready to
Lexi,
catch
if we
myself.
go and visit
What's
Bronwyn.
up, Lexi? I'm sensing something's on your mind.
If we might be able to get some more
worried
information. I'm
about-
worried about
Don't
our
worry about
alibi.
that.
It
We
was
don't have
very
anything
shaky.
to hide. You're just fine.
Do you think Sam suspects? Am I really fine?
I mean, Lexi doesn't seem like the brightest light bulb in the box, but even she would be
Do you
able to
think
know
Sam's
that we're onto something.
Maybe. But it'll be difficult to prove.
So they definitely did something.
With her back flat on
I just
the
noticed the
road,
radio
face
says Decker.
staring up
Really?
into the
Ah,
sky.
that's great.
I saw her chest rise. and
So then
fall.
you'll notice, as
She was
Lexi, it
breathing,
doesn't give us the option to
short
go
and
to Lexi's
shallow
room.
breaths.
But we can go visit Rain.
Something's weird, isn't it? Bron seems strange today.
How so?
How are you?
Do you think Bronwyn might get falsely imprisoned? It happens all the time.
How would it be false
looking
if
to
she
take over?
absolutely deserves it?
No. I'm just worried.
Okay.
As I pulled
Fine.
my phone from my pocket and
It
dialed.
absolutely does. It's a Decker radio.
Her hand squeezed
How great.
mine, just a little
Okay.
tighter. As I began,
Possibly, Queen. We can definitely give it a try. So we'll switch over to
Hi.
being Bronwyn.
I'm Bronwyn.
Excellent. Transition complete.
I hit a woman. It was dark. I didn't see her. I came around the curve and she was
We'll go visit
Ron, are
Lexi.
you okay?
Yeah, no, nothing's
I'm
okay
not
around
okay.
here.
Well, if you're worried, I should be worried. Why are you worried? Should I be worried?
Nice. We can go
Are
ahead
you
and rattle
worried?
her cage a little bit. Are you worried?
Only if you are. This could go on in circles for a while.
I understand,
Let's just
Lexi.
keep cool and stay in our rooms.
I need more information.
dead, but I still clung to her hand.
Maybe I should have
Then
played it cool.
She
Maybe I
was
should have
gone.
played Bronwyn the character.
The blacktop rippled
Instead
in
of
front of me.
Bronwyn
It turned into
Tim
waves
trying to
that
get
grew
information.
into a deeper and richer blue, like satin sheets.
I doubt if I go back in there I'll be able to do that option again, huh? No, leave.
In my car.
Fuck.
I was
Okay,
driving.
fine. We'll go and visit
Bron,
Rain.
something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I know. You said that
I don't
earlier.
know what exactly, but it's not right.
What do you
Thoughts
suspect?
on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern.
Okay.
Do you think it's another right?
A right?
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
Stop it?
Interesting.
Stop it?
Yes, stop it.
I mean, she would already
If it's
know
a
what
traveller
Birmingham
killing
was,
things.
unfortunately. I have a
Traveller?
feeling I might be able to get some information about that, but that might give us away.
If it follows the same pattern as Birmingham, we're looking at 2 more victims.
Interesting then that Sam asked about there being more victims, and he said, whoa, 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 we don't know anything about other victims. And he's like, well, there's going to be probably 2 more victims.
This should be a fun thing to explain. I pulled myself to my feet and headed towards the door,
Okay.
ready to show the officers my car.
I guess
and prove
we
that it
haven't really
wasn't
gone
me.
to see Violet
Is
as
there
any of our
something I
people.
can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's
Bronwyn
very
Castle.
brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota will be murdered and then stick around
Oh,
afterwards.
Kemsa,
I don't
welcome.
know for
Glad you
sure.
could join us. Thank you so much for the raid.
You strike me as someone braver than that. Why would I run? Why would...
You're prime suspect, aren't you? You look
I mean,
strong
the
enough
tarot
to strangle
readers as
another
a
woman.
whole, but yes.
Even if you're innocent, a jury would probably convict you.
Even if I'm innocent? You look strong enough to strangle another woman too. Even if I'm innocent?
Or I could just say nothing. Oh, really? And what did you think, Kim?
You look strong enough, even if I'm innocent. You look strong enough to strangle another woman, too.
Do I directly accuse her? Do I let it go?
Even if I'm innocent.
I have a feeling this is going to be a critical point of information here. Fine. Fuck it.
Well, if you can't pay for your rooms, you might just find out.
Careful, dear. Your schizophrenia is showing.
Me. It took a lot of effort with the butter knife. Alternately plunging and trying to saw.
Interesting. So
A curtain
Violet
of
definitely
blood
has a
under
hate
her
relationship with our tarot readers here. Which makes me wonder what happens if we transform into Violet
Hello, I'm
and then
Violet.
go and see each of them.
I'm Violet.
But her head was completely empty.
Okay.
A black.
You don't trust
Wrong one
me, do you,
first.
Violet? Is it because I read tarot?
No, it's because
Why
you came
don't you
down
let me pull a card?
and accused me of being a murderer. Except she
No,
didn't
thank
do
you.
that. She would have no idea about the conversation that I just had with Violet downstairs, and that would be completely crazy. Okay.
Great. What do you want to know about?
I want to know about the murder.
My love life.
Or,
Sam.
we could definitely try and get a reading on what Bronwyn thinks of Sam, of us, the detective, and whether or not she would ever be willing to give anything up for it.
My love life.
But I have a feeling that my love life might end up kind of getting us further on into a conversation, but I don't think we're ever going to get back here again. These seem to be one and done conversations as opposed to being able to go down every branch and find out all the information and put something together.
I think the tarot wants to ask a different question, but...
Well, there's our signal.
The devil.
Well, shit. That's unfortunate.
You're letting yourself be manipulated by someone who isn't good for you. Or... maybe it means you're having fantastic sex. You might like playing the victim.
Did you sleep well last night?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see you yesterday evening.
Yeah, we'll
I
try
stayed
both.
in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours. It's called He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes you think it's mine?
We'll just go ahead and let that go, because I have a feeling
That's what aliens look like.
that will end up
Or
going
the
down somewhere.
observation of someone actually
Playing the
help.
victim.
Someone who looks like this.
Perhaps.
I mean, that is something that we could probably do, except for the fact that it would freak everyone out, Juno, walking around playing the dead girl.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights.
I guess we'll go ahead and visit Ray.
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
Yeah, I'd
How
imagine
long
you'd
are
say
you
that.
planning to be here?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave, or you kick us out, obviously.
Appropriately vague and
How
creepy and
did
appropriate.
you know Dorota? How did you know Dorota? Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
Now that's a very good question. Logically speaking, you'd assume all three of us were in on it. Or none of us.
But instead, they will go just after the leader.
This demon, this ghost of a phenomenon, so much ritual.
Okay, I
So
guess
much
that's all the
awful.
information we're going to get out of Rand.
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Uh-huh.
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
Except I don't see any mess at all, and
But
you
you
were
weren't
very
in
good
this
about
room,
making in your
were
bed.
you?
But you weren't in this room,
Oh
were you?
no. Was I sleepwalking again? I haven't done that since... for ages. I didn't come into your room, did I?
Sleepwalking.
Yes. No. Yes.
Do we try and bluff her with a yes? I kind of want to see what happens if we bluff her with a yes. What do you guys think? I'll leave that decision up to you. What do you guys think? Should we bluff her with a no or bluff her with a yes? I think either way is going to end up with an interesting answer, but I don't know. Dan says do it. Okay. All right. It seems like we're getting a lot of yes votes. So, yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I do that. It only seems to happen when there's a lot of bad energy floating around.
Right, like when
Bronwyn
someone's
says I just
being
stand there and
murdered.
stare. I didn't catch you, not sleeping, did I?
That's inappropriate.
Stronger, too big for its stolen place, pushing lungs out of the way until breathing
Okay.
hurts.
So, I guess the last person that we can change into would be Rain.
Hello, I'm Rain.
See if we can get any good information this way.
No different. She was nearly there already without the demon's whispers. To feast on in her
And
world,
Violet's
in her
gone.
every moment of calm, every smile, every
Interesting.
restful night.
Have
So
you met
where
the new
is young Miss
detective yet?
Violet?
We're basically under 24-hour surveillance now.
Oh, you have no
Do
idea.
you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
What we did last night? The real
The
reason
real
we're here?
reason you're here. Because we already know that the real reason they're here isn't about tarot stuff.
Sam's not a mind reader. At least I don't think so.
No, he's a shapeshifter,
Just
but that's a different ordeal.
Try not to let anything slip.
Right. Let anything slip about what?
Moment of peace. She made her decision.
Probably Dan.
and
That's
the
a good. That's a
result-
really good question. Oh nope, didn't mean to do that. I already came to Bronwyn's room. We'll be
She
back.
tried to reach out in that subtle human way. Of course.
So we'll visit
Rain,
Lexi now.
I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why are you so worried about
The
Bronwyn?
chief thinks she killed Dorota.
And also, Bronwyn came in here and
Maybe she
kind of
did
freaked
kill
out on
Dorota.
her. You know, we remember doing that.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
No, we'll leave that alone because she didn't kill Dorota.
When
At least
I'm
I'm
gone,
pretty
Mom
sure
will
they
take
didn't
care
kill
of my
Dorota.
cat. No one will miss me anyway. No one heard her. They
Okay. And let's return to being Sam. I wonder what good becoming the chief would do. And also whether our other 4 primaries could be taken back over to the chief's office for questioning. But it would just be us as the chief. So then
Holding
that
the
would be kind of
bottle
trying to
above
get more
her,
information
note
out
on the
of
pillow
chief,
beside
as if we were
her.
implying him as a suspect.
Fine.
Hello, Violet. Nothing more.
She'd been like this that day.
Bronwyn? No.
Of course they don't. You'll
And you, Rain? Still silent.
didn't matter anyway.
And
Yeah.
last but certainly not least, Lexi. Nothing.
It'll be over. No longer a burden. No more
Okay then.
pain.
Well,
no-
I guess at this point the only thing left to do is to transform into the chief and go around and make those
Hi,
rounds.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
And see what we get this way.
The doctors, the ones who cared enough to see the sign.
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been? What were you doing last night?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
Interesting.
What was it I asked you to do again?
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious.
And have you?
Good grief, Claude. You're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
What were you doing last night?
I would say something very rude about the bald hair belying a much more aged hairline, but that would be mean to Rupert, and I don't want to do that.
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember.
Because
I
of
checked
the
my
pill.
diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always.
Mm-hmm. The
How
diary.
can you not remember, Violet?
I don't know. Which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
Waka waka. Okay, we can go ahead and go.
Other demons.
Does
Gave them a bigger home,
this
a louder
have any
voice,
meaning to you?
and let them.
Chief DuPont, what a pleasant surprise. I
Yes,
think we've covered
indeed.
just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
I think you're hiding an Irish accent, young lady. But we can talk it over a bit more.
Does it bother you, Chief DuPont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist. You're a murderer.
Like I said, I really don't think that she's a murderer.
You're a con.
I haven't asked anyone
But a
for
conner,
penny.
that's a lot more likely of a story.
Go home after a long day of pain, finding the water below.
And we'll visit Rayan next.
Chief Dupont.
Dorota's family. Dorota's family.
I can do a reading if you want.
Yeah, sure. Please,
Yes.
oblige us.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss
And interesting
and
that
dealing
if
with that
this
loss.
is in fact this Mercury
I don't
deck,
think you need a tarot reader to interpret that
it's
one.
made up of the same illustration
Bronwyn
that
ever
was
been
in that
arrested?
opening kind of very colored mercurial liquid flowing around everywhere.
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character.
Oh, I get it. You put in gaming terms that I understand. I got
Has
it.
he ever been in trouble with the police?
No. Not to my knowledge. She's sweet and innocent.
Yes, yes, Juno, that's what he
Or
pulled.
haven't you picked up on that yet?
And choked with him, draped from the branches like flower.
And then finally, Lexi.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
What are you looking at down there so
Tell me
intently?
about Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius. Her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader? Are you prepared to go to jail for her?
Jail? What for? I haven't done anything wrong.
But she might
Aiding and
have.
abetting a criminal.
I'll aid and abet Bronwyn to the day I die, but she's not a criminal.
Why are you here in August?
Darn. I was hoping I could rattle that cage a little bit and get some more information out.
Well,
but
it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that.
indeed.
This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here?
And what's wrong
There
with the
isn't
nightlife?
any. And sometimes a girl needs a party.
Ah,
What were
I
you doing
understand.
last night?
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. This cat's on a Bron can vouch for me.
That I do believe. But being stuck in Bronwyn's room all night doing nothing?
Perhaps been
Less believable.
maybe a shiny metal. And
Where do you think it's from?
Where is it?
Okay. Well, I guess the only other thing to do right now
Hello, I'm Violet.
would be to take all of our characters over to
I'm
Chief DuPont.
Violet.
No.
I wonder if we can shapeshift in the
Mexico?
car.
No.
Well, I guess that's the cab driver, so probably not.
Every country.
What's going on, Violet? Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay. No.
What's the matter?
No, she's not
the new
okay.
detective's acting strangely. I think I might be the killer. I don't feel safe.
I don't know. Which one do you think? The new detective's acting strangely. I think I might be the killer would be a little bit too much so far, don't you think? But I don't feel safe would be very likely of her to say. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I think Violet might be the kind of person who would never really admit when she doesn't feel safe. But instead just sort of act out even harder. Wouldn't you think? And sort of throw that attention onto somebody else to say the new detective's acting strangely.
Acting strangely.
But that's 2 votes for I don't feel safe. So there we go.
You can feel safe. I've already got somebody posted outside the guest house. It's an unmarked car. But you know Danny, don't you? Leyland's kid? Any problems, you let him know.
Interesting.
Off you go. I'm being subtle. I don't want to see you back here, okay? You got anything to report, give me a call. Any problems, talk to Danny. Danny, remember?
Danny.
Danny?
I remember.
Okay, good. Just look after yourself.
So now we have a new person to talk to back at the guest house.
And nightmares.
Good call, everyone.
With Poe and Monroe.
So let's
Now,
go
this
back,
is a
see if Danny
particularly
gets
interesting
populated
one.
onto our list.
So this is coming from Marek, and they say, I'm
So
in a
far,
circus.
not so much.
Walk.
But we can go back to our room, change back into Bronwyn.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
Interestingly enough, though, as Violet, you would think that we would be able to go and talk to the
Very
person in the police car because that's
What do
literally
you
what Chief
think, Poe?
DuPont tells us to do.
Yeah, I think
But either
there's
way,
several interesting
back to the Chief.
Miss Castle, I'm surprised to see you here.
I didn't kill Dorota.
You're a prime suspect, and your alibi is that you were in the guest house with another prime suspect at the time. It doesn't look good for you.
Have you got a problem with me?
Everyone has a problem with you, Bronwyn. I can arrest you for something right now. How does perverting the course of justice sound?
Chief DuPont!
Oh, you are pushing me today, young lady.
Isn't that exactly what we want to do, Chief? Oh, wink.
things together.
Well, you weren't far off,
Interesting.
I'll be honest, Poe, but,
So it
there are
seems as
different
though our good
elements here that I'd
Inspector
like to
Jinx
discuss. So,
has turned a little bit to the dark
the idea of
side
the circus.
in becoming Chief.
Hello, I'm Rain.
What is one of the main things you have to consider when you're walking on a tightrope?
then I
Not that you
wonder
would know, Poe, obviously, or maybe you do.
If we were to be
I'm in control.
Inspector
I know
DuPont,
what
go
you
and talk to
mean.
Violet, could we mention
yeah,
Danny
there is,
and get something
the
going
stakes
there?
are high.
Rain,
But we'll come back to that.
I'm busy. You gonna turn yourself in?
Yeah.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
I love
Woman's
annoying
dead.
Rupert.
Go
This is
play
my favorite
card
part of the
games
game.
Somewhere else, or whatever the hell it is you do.
The sharks
Oh,
actually
we
refer
immediately
to the
got
negative
kicked
people
out.
that are
Shit.
in your life. So, what I think from what you've said about your dream is that you're trying so.
Okay, back to my room. Just one last switch into Lexi.
Hi,
And then we'll go
I'm
and visit the
Lexi.
Chief as our final person. I'm loving all these interactions.
I'm
These are great.
Lexi.
Like, I know it's adding on extra time to the game that should technically be
Attract
pretty
your-
short.
You
But
attract their attention.
I love
Yeah.
finding the
Because
interactions. They're
busy.
great.
They're busy in his dream.
Visit Chief.
What is it, Miss Taylor?
Why did you hire Sam?
Ooh.
Dorota's boyfriend seems sweet.
But we haven't met Dorota's boyfriend
Why
yet.
did you?
I didn't hire Sam. The Shaw family did.
Except for we both
No, they
know that that's
didn't.
not true.
Why did you hire Sam? No, they didn't. Why did you hire Sam? No, they didn't.
Tarot cards tell you that. Listen, Sam gets results. Nobody knows how, but the results are got. I want the killer found as quickly as possible. You got a problem with that?
No, of course not. We all
Who
want
would
the
want to
killer
kill
found.
Dorota?
You doing your own investigation? Great. Let me know when you find out.
Crap.
Bronwyn thinks you've got it in for her.
I go after bad guys. If she's a bad guy, then I've got it in for her.
Not that kind of
Why
got
weren't
it
the
in
police
for her.
protecting Dorota? What were you doing Monday night?
Well, let me see, Detective Taylor. That's the surveillance cameras. I was here till I got the call.
Dorota's
Sure
boyfriend
you
seems
were.
sweet. Are Dorota's family safe?
Why?
Methinks he does protest too much.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing, just checking.
I've got my eye on you, Lexi Taylor. Lexi. Rain. Are they even your real names?
Probably not.
Dorota's boyfriend
But yours
seems
isn't
sweet.
Chief DuPont either. So
You
we're
met
all
him?
faking around here.
Yes.
Miss Taylor, is that a contradiction? It's not what you said in your written statement.
He said
Sorry, I
that
don't
thing!
know.
He said that thing!
Yes. Yes, you did.
I would like to just say
Okay.
to you that what
So we'll go to the guest
I
house.
think is that you want to reveal something private about your life, but you're worried that when you do, you will still be a.
So I guess now, let's try our theory that we can change in the Chief
Hi,
DuPont and maybe get a reaction from
Hi.
Violet
Hi, I'm
regarding
Chief
our,
DuPont.
our new friend, Danny. And then we also need to see about seeing the boyfriend because that bluff came up and there wasn't much that we could do.
is that you are holding?
I mean, it's very, very heavy. It's.
Nope.
I think they're
Buckets.
the animals.
There could be animals.
Okay, well, I guess the last thing that we can do that we haven't really done yet is return to Sam. Maybe go check with the chief?
Walking across, maybe.
What was the object used for, what do you think?
Only use I can see is.
It's 6 o'clock, and
Ooh.
you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorona Shaw
Next
are
chap?
appealing to the community to help
Never
catch
you
her
mind.
killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
Indeed.
Shame.
I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I can't with this game. I just can't with this game anymore. Like, it's not just me, right? It's not just me. The sex stuff is everywhere. I mean, I'm not complaining. But that's not just me, right? Like, I'm not the only one hearing that because I have a dirty mind. Next chapter.
That is,
So we can visit the chief, or visit
quite an
Oscar,
interesting
which I
dream.
assume is the
I-
boyfriend.
Who are you?
I'm a shapeshifting detective.
You were what? Get out of here before I call the police.
And
Oh,
they,
fuck me.
I think they're very ambitious. And they might be a little over-ambitious.
Well, I can in fact tell you that a
I mean, I don't really know what else I expected, to be honest with you.
Understanding.
I told you to leave. When I see Chief DuPont, there's going to be trouble.
He is achieving his goals.
Well,
So,
never mind.
what I think is happening here is that
That sucks.
you are striving for success.
It's okay.
but
We'll
you
be able to
don't-
go and change our
Anyone use
form.
an Oscar Wainwright?
Yeah, he kicked me immediately out of the house. Oscar said he wanted to
I'm a
talk to you.
bit busy, Sam. Maybe you can go on my behalf.
Oh, goddammit. I tried.
Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
I had the
Oscar?
boyfriend.
Have you spoken to him yet? It's not him.
When I told him that I was a shapeshifting detective, he totally freaked out and kicked me out of his house. He was so weird.
I'm a bit busy, Sam.
Oh,
Maybe you can go on my behalf.
fine.
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it.
Yes, I am.
There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is.
Traveler.
Dorota's boyfriend Oscar is in the clear as far as
Nice.
I'm concerned, but I'm still waiting to hear what he tells you. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand.
Yeah, sure you
That's
do.
it.
Thank you for recapping everything.
Hang something on? Like
Something
a
about a
coat or
traveler?
You could do that, but
That was a tidbit that I
it's-
didn't
it's-
catch
it's
up
good
on,
for the house,
catch on
kind of the
to
household
last
item.
round.
Hmm,
Back to the guest house then.
I honestly.
I doubt you've ever used one of those. You've never used a mangle.
So then let's go to my
Your
room.
ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
What? Well, that's terrifying. And it looks like the boyfriend is in fact someone that we can talk to. Or transform into, rather. So let's change into the chief.
Hi, Hi. Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
And if that punk kid won't come talk to us, perhaps
Ingrained in the mangle.
he'll talk to the chief.
But I obviously can't vouch for that.
Chief DuPont, there's been loads of people coming around asking questions. I don't even know half of them.
I understand.
Has Sam been to see you?
I understand.
The detective?
No? Wait, I get it now.
Yeah, the man you kicked out of
Yeah,
your house.
Someone dropped by. I'm not speaking to them though.
You
Why
should.
not? You should. He's a friend.
Really? Alright. But I don't think they're taking Dorota's murder seriously enough.
Why not?
wrong
Oh,
with
because he came in here and said, I'm a shapeshifting detective. Ooh, believe me. You see how ridiculous that sounds?
I know, I agree. Because she tipped you off? If I manage to get into her room, what am I looking for again?
anything that ties her to the murder.
Chief DuPont? Recruiting the boyfriend to do your dirty work?
Okay. That sounds easier said than done, though.
Well, yeah, it is.
Did
That's why I
Dorota
trust
collect
you.
coins?
Not that I know of. She collected thimbles. She said she didn't
Interesting.
need any. She had hard calluses on her fingers from all the cello.
Have you looked in Dorota's bedroom?
Not since the murder. There's still a load of my stuff in there.
Do you
Climb in
mind
through
if
the
I go
window,
take a
but
look around?
It's on the 3rd floor.
I'd love to inspect the murder scene.
Their family as they wanted
It seems
to,
like
as
I
a family.
can't. Fuck. Can I get anything else out of Oscar? Nope. Just a nice, pleasant
that
look into my
the
eyes.
situation
Okay.
is related to painful emotions from the past. Now,
Okay,
the
well,
photo
let's
al-
make the next set of rounds.
Sam's still questioning me. Do I need to bring up Mr. Hedges again?
Are you threatening me?
Mr. Hedges. Would Mr. Hedges be the traveler that she was talking about?
Excuse me? Of course not. We just agreed that with the med Simon, stuff like this might get out. Remember?
Of course I
Many of
remember.
us
Yes, of
go
course.
through situations like this, so Robin, you're not alone in this. And I know,
Interesting.
by the sounds of it, this dream feels
Okay,
very.
let's go back to my room and change back into myself. I want to get around some other regular questions. Although now it looks like I can go and visit the boyfriend
please don't
as
hesitate
Sam
to reach out to those that you
because
love.
we have instructed him to accept us. Hi there. Do you think that the boyfriend killed Dorota?
Son. No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam?
Funny that you should word it that way.
The masks we wear.
Yes,
I could be a
indeed.
satanic cultist
You would-
behind closed doors, but you'd never know.
Satanic
Would you,
cultist mask? I
Sam?
think we've seen one of those before. So why would someone kill Dorota?
She flaunts herself.
Yeah, I
Her
remember
body.
you saying that. She
Her
was a bit
boudoir photographs
slutty.
taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother.
Listen, we all have to make a living. Sounds like you know
Not
a
really,
lot
just gossip.
about Dorota.
Apparently, she went to have some portrait photos done and started stripping off. Weston's photographic. Zach Weston. He'll get himself
Okay,
into trouble.
now
one
we
of
have a
these
new
days.
name. Why do you say trouble?
If you keep taking pictures of pretty girls in their underwear, somebody's going to get upset.
So you think that someone killed her because they were jealous of her boudoir photography?
Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking.
We got a lot of other things too, my dear, but we'll save that for when I prove
But
your
Weston's
innocence.
photographic? Off the high road? It's late, but he's always there.
Convenient. Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, Sam. I forgot you've only been here an hour or so.
Yes.
You've come and gone so much already, it feels like you've been here much longer.
She's mean. And I like it.
And now, the black hair in
I'll
this
tell you
scene
though,
actually
I am
also
very
relates to
sad
the
that there is no
repression of
Jaya in this
emotion.
game.
And then
I miss
the
my
drowning
Bianca.
actually relates to emotional stress.
Let's see.
So, if I'm honest, Alex, and I hope you're listening to me now,
I guess we can
I believe that
make the rounds back to the tarot readers, see if they have anything else to say. Lexi says she was in her room last night. Not your
She
room.
gets easily confused.
Yeah, she seems like the
Even
kind
today.
of girl who would be easily confused by an alibi. Tell me the
Fine.
truth.
Jeeve Dupont was breathing down her neck, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true.
Right. So why lie
To
about your
protect
alibi?
Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie.
And that would be another lie. So, what were you doing in your
I was
room?
logged into Tarotasm. It's a phone reading service, and I get paid by the minute. Which, now that I'm saying it, it's not something I really should be bragging about.
But what you're telling me is you were doing something for which there would be logs and receipts and things like that, correct?
Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking.
So then I wonder whether we could then go and revisit Oscar as her to learn a little bit more about Dorota and the spirit and everything.
He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said.
Bingo. There's your big clue that says, A, either you can go to him through her, or B, you can go to her through him. I think I'll leave that alone.
You should talk to him yourself. He's a lovely lad.
Because I doubt she would tell me anyway. And that
Each
would
shot
press
with an
too hard
eyeball.
into the fact that we already
Neither
kind of
work.
know what we're talking about.
Sam, what can I do for you?
How did you get Dorota's name from the tarot? Or, Lexi mentioned you're here to do a job. Or, where were you before August? Oh, right, Birmingham.
We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name.
Right. A Ouija board?
It's
really
Lexi's thing. I don't personally go near them, but in this case, it did help.
Really? But
no. Lexi needs to
a
give
Ouija
it
board
context
technically
from the
already
tarot
needs
reading.
dead people to work.
A lot of the time, it
so,
comes
like,
up with nothing. Or
without
a
anyone already
sordid
being
comment
murdered,
directed
the
at
Ouija
Lexi.
board wouldn't tell you anything.
I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest.
Tell me more about this Ouija board.
Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota.
But nobody was moving it, right? What you're telling me is that nobody was moving it the whole time you were using this Ouija board? Really? And how does it work? Exactly.
This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead.
Because
so
that's what
if Lexi
people
contacts
tell
a
each
dead
other.
person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here.
Oh my god. So this guy is like an absolute nutter. It's not just perceived. He's actually drinking his own Kool-Aid. I'm gonna let him go for a while.
You don't believe me?
No, not even a little bit.
Well, ask Lexi or Bron. They've got their own ideas, but my theory is definitely the more plausible.
Right. Time travel. So Lexi mentioned
We're
that you're
trying
here
to
to do a
save people.
job. So basically you're tarot reading Ghostbusters is what you're saying. It's not fucking working, is
I
it?
said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them.
And so we already know the
Birmingham.
answer to this question.
We couldn't save anyone there either.
But
The problem
we'll
with
see what he can
travelers
tell
is...
us. Travelers. Problem with travelers.
Let's put a pin in this one, Sam.
Birmingham. Travelers.
Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
Okay. So there's our two big leads right there. Bronwyn needs to talk to
twisted
both
amalgam
Sam,
of fears and
or
haunting
both
memories,
Oscar and
of
Rain.
corporeal.
So let's go back to our room. We can change back into Bronwyn and move right
Hi.
along.
I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
You know, Dan, I'm actually gonna guess Mercury the metal. Just based on the fact that the design on the cards is similar to the mercurial background that they keep giving us when we were looking at the visuals for Radio August.
Wide. The bag lady gapped its bile-stained mouth over my own and regurgitated a worm-like thing, no thicker than its fingers, but longer.
Okay. So now we can go and visit Rain. We'll start here.
You can tell Sam about Birmingham.
What did you tell the police you
I
were
told
doing
them the
last night?
truth, that I was in my room. I'm not sure if they can fact check it, but it's the only alibi I've got. Kind of wish we'd all stuck together now.
When should we do another reading? The police think it's me, don't they?
Looks that way. Have you been feeling possessed lately? Sorry, too soon.
You can tell Sam about Birmingham.
Wait. Too soon? As in, she was actually possessed at some point and you just made an ill-timed joke about her condition that she suffered from very recently?
Well, what can I tell Sam that you haven't already?
You know Sam likes a fact check.
Well, I don't really know Sam. But if you're sure, then I guess I'm sure.
The only reason why I say not Mercury the God is for the reason that I said a minute ago, because the only substance that we've been shown matching that on the cards is the liquid. So I don't have any real reason.
Not this one. The worm had to be told when talking with coworkers and asset management.
And I guess now we can hail a cab and go visit Oscar.
Didn't expect you to come back. Have you contacted Dorota?
No. Yes. She says you know who killed her.
Do we drop this bombshell right on his lap? I almost want to do it. She forgives you.
Yes. She forgives you.
Is also the other one. I mean, that would be the other reason to continue to try and contact her, is to get some sort of forgiveness for something that he did. But I don't know. Which should we do? Yes, she forgives you. Or yes, she says you know who killed her. Because no is clearly not an option, right? Saying that no, we weren't able to contact her probably leads to, well, being asked to leave, frankly, and getting nothing else from Oscar. So we have to say yes. The question just becomes...
No.
Yes, and what?
Yes. 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 She says you know who killed her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
She said what? Why would she say that? She'd never have said that. Why are you lying to me?
Crap.
I'm probably confused.
I knew. Maybe it's someone I know? Is that what she means?
It's possible.
I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction. Do you get on with Dorota's family?
Not really. Especially not now. They're convinced I got her into the wrong crowd or something.
Uh-huh, sure.
Am I really a bad influence?
I don't think so.
Yes. No.
Bronwyn definitely
Thanks,
does not
Bronwyn.
think so.
I know it's a bit soon, but maybe we can grab coffee sometime? Just to chat about things.
No, thanks.
I think we should definitely tell this boy no. Like, me as Tim, the player playing this right now, thinks we should definitely tell this boy no and shut him down real quick. Or we could let him go on for a minute more and see if he gives us any more information. It's not like we have to actually follow through.
Yeah.
I like you, Bronwyn. How about soon? How about tonight? I can come to the guest house?
Holy shit!
No, you can't.
My boy is moving forward very fast. Sure.
So it's a date? Sort of. I'll see you soon.
I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction. I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction.
So I'm guessing that returning to the guest house and waiting for the date...
Okay, just... How did you know? How did you come up with a name and then she's gone?
She's not gone. She's waiting to pass. How could someone even get into Dorota's...
the usual way, the front door. Like, it's a townhouse and she's on the 3rd floor. So, other than teleport him or a big ladder, that's the only way.
So we may have a teleporter on our hands. But I have a feeling that returning to the guest house and waiting for a date is probably going to put us on to the next portion of the game. Right? Was he cheating on his boyfriend? Was she cheating on the boyfriend with the tarot reader? Maybe. But it seems like he wants to go ahead and get with her now. I doubt that. It seems like he's just a philanderer who moves on very quickly. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to have a lot more to dive into here when we come back in just a couple of minutes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching this on twitch.tv/Leftwich. My name is Tim Leftwich.
Dr.
We'll be
Ian
right back in just a couple of
Remington,
minutes. Don't you dare
Dr.
go.
Hanako Utani,
I'm going to
and
leave
Dr.
Radio August
Wolfgang
going while we
Whitfield
take our break.
were all experts
And when we
in
come
their
back,
fields.
we
Those
got
being
ourselves a very hot,
paleontology,
very creepy,
linguistics, and
very
exobiology,
creepy date
respectively.
to go on.
Dimitri glanced at
We'll be
them
right back.
and for the first time noticed their hollow cheeks and the dark circles under their eyes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep on playing
Now, when she
our
gets to the
Shapeshifting
cashier,
Detective
she
tonight.
realizes she's left
And I'm
her
very
money
excited
at
to
home.
continue where we left off,
And then
going
the
around
cashier
and
makes her
visiting
put
people as
everything back on
Bronwyn.
the
Now, we
shelf,
visited
but-
Oscar when last we checked. And our choice with him was to return to the guest house and wait for our very creepy, very inappropriately timed
Hi.
date.
Hey, hello.
Hi, yes, 3 ways of saying hello.
Sorry, I'm not used to dating so soon.
Yeah, I think you're
I'm actually
full
not
of
in the
shit.
mood anymore.
Oh, I wasn't sure I was thinking on doing anything, physical.
Get up on the bed. Get up on the bed.
Oh,
It's okay. We can talk. Just sit on the bed.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I'm still trying to make sense of it all.
yeah, we're really just trying to
I noticed
coax
I've got some
information
Earl
out of
Grey
him
in
at
the
this
hallway.
point. I'm not
I know it
actually
sounds a
trying to
bit rude,
seduce the
but
boy.
I'd really like some, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure, I'll be right back. Actually, I don't like leaving people alone. Sure, I'll be right.
Yeah, sure. We'll leave him alone in our room. Leave him to do whatever machinations it is he's actually here to do. And let's see what we catch him doing, or if he's actually just gone.
Having dreams about here, so it's your grocery shopping.
And he's just
So that in
gone.
particular is a physical need for life.
Interesting.
So what we're also dealing with here is the loss of money.
So he
What you'll
probably
often find
took
with dreams is
something.
that the loss of money actually relates to a loss of
That's right.
self-identity.
That's right,
So it
Dan.
was very close with what he was
I
saying.
totally
because
forgot about that.
The impression that
So
I get
we just
from
let
this dream
him
and from your
do his
explanation of
job.
this dream is that perhaps, Gabby,
Interesting.
you might always
So I
be giving
wonder
more
if
to
now
other
we can
people
go
than
back
you
to him
receive.
as Chief
A
Dupont
relationship, perhaps, where
and find out what he learned, if anything.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief.
Brilliant
Dupont.
observation, Dan. Brilliant observation. Oh, so that's a curious thing. If he searched the wrong room, he wouldn't have found anything. Excellent point. Let's find
And
out.
I think it's a lot of food for thought for this listener, and I hope she takes
Let's go.
some wonderful lessons.
Hail the
Thank
cab.
you for your dream.
Visit Oscar. What'd you find? Oh, nothing.
New August.
Huh.
Dark
Weird.
Night with Poe and Monroe.
Well,
The
I guess
Catch.
we got permission to
Read
go and
by
visit
John
the
Mark
boyfriend
Lawson.
as ourselves now. So let's return to being Sam and then go back and see the boyfriend. And then we also need to turn into the boyfriend and go and
standing
see
on his chest. Her mottled
uh,
face inches from his.
Bronwyn.
Her demanding purr drilling into his ribcage.
There we go. Maybe you need to wait till after the date to see him as the chief. Maybe so, Harwood. So did you
Yeah,
see
I went
Dorito
round there in
yesterday?
the afternoon.
Dorota? Excuse me.
Parents were at work.
She'll be Dorito by
were,
the end of this.
Hanging out. I left at about 5.
Interesting. So about 4 hours before she was killed.
Playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
Right. And if at 9:30 she would have been in the middle of a photography session, we assume.
Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music.
And how long were you guys dating?
Not long. A couple of months, maybe. We did care for each other.
Right. Was she seeing anyone else?
Why?
Well, she was killed in her bedroom after all, and only a few people would have access to
There was no
that.
signs of anything like that.
Is it possible the killer was hiding?
What, you mean watching us?
In her room?
That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Have you been hiding in there before?
Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys. Just, she had these, voyeur fantasies.
Oh, I see. So she would be doing her own thing, and you would watch.
She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet, and then she'd walk in, strip off, start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd finished. Sorry, is this helping with the investigation? Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it.
Interesting.
But we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
So why would she have had a wedding dress in there? Would she maybe have been married previously?
That's personal.
I see. I understand. It must be very hard
really
for you.
Explain it. I'm just floating at the moment. Nothing seems real. Yeah, but she said she couldn't, so.
And did Dorota ever talk about tarot cards?
No, not to me anyway. She
Ouija
wasn't into
boards,
fortune telling or any of that
contacting
stuff.
the dead, anything like that? No? Okay.
Yeah, Chief DuPont told me. He thinks it's one of them that killed her. Bronwyn?
Bronwyn said Dorota tried to kiss her. Now that's possible, Harwood. It's possible that it was just a costume.
That's disturbing. That's impossible. I don't think those two ever met. Why would she say that?
The floor tiles.
Interesting.
And she lowered her
I wonder
head
if we just
to
implanted
laugh
an
at
idea in his
Unruly.
head, or if we just
Ivan
kind of
pushed
got
her
away with
away.
asking the wrong question
Not for
there.
you, Uni. He just need.
Either way, let's go see the chief. Hi, chief. So Oscar says he was
that's what
playing
told me
football last
too.
night.
Not a suspect.
And who is this Mr.
Violet
Hedges?
told you about Mr. Hedges?
Yes. Sure.
Mr. Hedges was one of August's homeless. Actually, probably our only homeless person.
I
We're pretty well off
see.
here.
The hobos that she was talking about before.
No, we called him Mr. Hedges because, well, that's where we found him.
Right. In the hedges outside. So what happened with
I asked
Mr.
Violet
Hedges?
to put him up one night, and of all the nights he could have died,
It would
Croaks
be
at the guest house.
at the guest house. So you're fucking telling me there's already been 2 murders at the guest house?
No, of course not. That's what Violet thinks, but I just drove him off to the morgue and had him processed. Don't tell Violet that, though. We need her on our side.
I see. So I found out that both Bronwyn and Lexi are lying about their
Yes.
alibis.
Got any proof?
Fuck. And the answer is not really. Because I don't have any proof that they were anywhere
Get
else
proof.
right now.
Then I can haul them in.
Okay. So I guess that's all we
Raymond
got.
says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Roman and Lexi lied about their alibis. I'm thinking what to do about it. Apparently, Lexi used a Ouija board to get Dorota's name. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is.
I'm assuming that's
Oscar's
Mr.
not a
Hedges.
suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. And finally, you pull the name Zach Weston from somewhere, saying he's the town photographer? Well, I've never run into him. Still, I guess I'm not in the papers that much. That's it.
And with that nice little recap from the chief, we are out the door.
Yeah.
It's good to know that if we ever like
again,
lose a
someone's
thread,
stuck in a
we can
loop.
always go back to the
I find
chief,
that
have him
always
recap
interesting.
everything
So
that
it's
we
an
know, and kind of pick
unresolved
things up where we
issue.
left off.
That's sort of something you could say about most dreams that.
Although we need to figure out how to
dreams.
get in contact with this
It's an
Zachary
unresolved
person.
issue here, but it's related.
So, I wonder what would happen
I'm
if,
Oscar.
as Oscar,
Is there anything else I can do?
we can get a chance to go around the very real
It's almost someone
Bronwyn's
doesn't.
room.
Someone puts a lot of effort.
and check for the evidence that the chief wants
have
him to check
Put
around
everything
for.
back the way it was.
Now that he
You know
thinks
what,
he's
Poe? I
done his
think you
job.
might
Oh
need a
wait, Bronwyn's
promotion.
not even here.
To
You kidding me? Then this would be the perfect time for me to look around a room. Let me
You
look around
keep
a
going
room.
where you're going, and I might be out of a job.
no, we need you, Ellen.
I'll tell you.
Rain's not here
is
either.
Shopping relates to needs and.
Lexi? Nope.
You're-
All
well, you're
three
having
are
dreams
gone
about
for
here, so
Oscar
it's
to
your
talk
grocery
to.
shopping.
Oscar Wainwright, what a surprise.
Why would you be surprised to see the vicar's boy?
What you'll often
and
find
also
with dreams
can't
is that
talk
the
to him?
loss of money actually relates to a loss.
Okay, back to my room. Back to Sam.
Dream, and from your explanation of this
Okay.
dream, is
I
that
wonder if people will be back in their rooms now. There we go. Hi. Tell me about
It's
this Ouija
Lexi's.
board that you have.
I like to think it works the way most metaphysical things work, through energy.
Uh-huh.
Tarot
Well, what other
cards,
metaphysical
runes,
things do you
Ouija
think?
boards.
Right.
They're just devices for asking questions and receiving answers. But energy is what powers them.
The energies of the universe. And if you believe hard
You
enough,
read
they channel
something
into
that
those
perhaps,
mystical
Debbie,
objects and give you the answers
you
which you
might
seek.
have to challenge.
Or at least that's the traditional belief anyway.
Wonderful.
We have nothing more
advice,
for
Alice,
Rain.
and I think
At
it's
least not right now.
a lot of.
Hi, Sam.
And
back
Lexi,
from
with
war
your
already?
Ouija board. Sure. Wow, that's a lot to talk to her about. Tell me about Dorota's boyfriend.
No, I think Bronwyn met him though.
About how long
This
ago?
morning. He only wanted to see her. I guess he didn't want anyone else to hear what he had to say.
And it was this morning when he came by to come and do the date, right? So why would you
I
lie about your
didn't.
alibi? Except
How
you
did
did that.
find out? Am I in trouble?
Yeah, oh yeah, big trouble. That depends on why you lied.
Ron was worried about me not having an alibi. She was logged in doing phone readings, so she's alright.
Exactly.
Nothing to prove that I was here. I was though. Cross my heart and hope to die.
That's not really something that you should be joking about right about now, but it's okay. Tell me about your Ouija
Your
board.
run-of-the-mill spirit communication device. Want to know how it works?
I absolutely do. Let's hear it.
Cool. Okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets.
Also,
and
by
stars
the
in
way,
space.
can I just give
The
a
spirit
huge
world
shout
must
out to
be
the
really
actress
far
playing
away beyond
Lexi
all
here? Absolutely killing it. Go on.
We're so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me?
Sure. Hooked onto your every
Oh,
word.
Sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet.
I see.
That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the
From
spirit
her
world, she was
before
already
she
dead.
died. So what you're telling me is that a person's spirit is actually in the spirit world several hours before they die and already knows what's going to happen. That's fucking weird.
I know. Mind blowing.
So tell me about the Traveler.
Traveler? That's a really old role playing game, isn't it?
Love it. No. Rain told me all
Oh,
about
did
it.
he now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess she must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel?
Fuck.
I have no idea. The door from the west.
I was hoping that if I just let her go, she would talk for a while.
Raised Jimmy's
So,
gun, but she's in cover
part of
before
the
I can
inner
aim.
circle.
She weaves her way.
What does that mean?
First shot goes wide, but it's enough to send her sprinting directly for me. The second shot clips her side. The third misses. She vaults from the puddle at the base of the ramp, her hospital gown
sounds
smothered
pretty
in
good.
blood.
Not gonna lie.
The fourth hits a
I was
square
wondering.
in the chest. I put another there, and another. The seventh slows her approach to a stagger. The eighth forces her to her knees, just a few feet down slope.
So Rain unfortunately still has nothing to offer us.
Eyes locked, I put that ninth bullet straight through her skull.
I'm gonna have to
Spraying
record that at
crimson,
some
she
point in its
spills
entirety and
backward
actually
onto the
put that
concrete slope.
on the channel somewhere.
My legs fail, and I slide my back against the steel.
Because it's actually a really good story. I love it a lot. It's very creepy and cool.
All that's
So I
left
think
is
with the
my
radio,
salvage.
it's gonna be awesome.
And the sprinkler.
Anyway, let's go back to our room here. Part of the inner circle now leads me to believe that maybe Lexi should go and talk to Rain.
Lexi.
Traveler is a spirit.
I'm Lexi.
Ooh, that's possible, Daniel.
An album
So now,
of family photos.
as Lexi,
But I don't recognize anyone.
let's go talk to Rain.
I feel sad for Oscar.
Sad for
Bronwyn
Oscar.
said to stay away from him and the family. We're drawing too much attention to ourselves. We won't be able to finish our job.
Which is
Job.
looking out for the next murder.
Are you wearing a wire? You know why we're here. Don't make me say it.
Say it.
Fuck, I really want him to say it, but...
Say it.
What do you think? Say it or leave it alone? Say it or say nothing? Sometimes we need to learn when to say nothing. And this may be one of those times. Or should we risk it and press on? Yeah, I don't think it'll work either, Dan. Yeah, I agree. I think it's given away too much. And I know that there is a failure state in this game. I don't know if you can die necessarily, but I know there is a failure state. But I also kind of want to see it.
Stop being silly.
Shit. Oh well, it's worth a shot. Leave.
Overwhelmed. But in this case, family represents feeling warm and
Okay.
loved. The crying.
How about Bronwyn? About the Ouija board?
Oscar, the guy I met this morning, the one I told you about. Yes.
What did he want?
And what did he want?
Answers. Reassurance. Forgiveness.
For what?
Do you think he killed her?
Not considering what he asked me to do.
What did he ask you to do?
Dream feels very sad.
Contact
and
her
it
for
feels like
forgiveness,
it's full
I
of
guess.
grief. Robin, you're not alone.
Huh. And Violet's not
She's
here,
like this.
unfortunately.
So similar to
But I wonder what
yours,
happens
but
if it's
please don't
Lexi.
hesitate to reach out to those that you love.
We go and visit the chief? Nope, chief's not here.
Just by hearing your work,
And Oscar? Nope, also not here.
heart and can understand what's going on. I think that already could be a
So now I guess the next thing would be to find out more about this photographer.
Today I've brought in a really cool object.
But without any way
This be.
to get to him.
Well, it's 7 o'clock, and
There
here's
we
the
go.
latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorona Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents
how
should
that's
be on
tons
the
of, like,
lookout until the killer
paint
is
and
in
glitter
police
and oil
custody. Miss Shaw was
just
found
mixing
strangled
together.
in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I wonder why they would tell us that.
It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stick with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Okay. 7 p.m. On to the next chapter.
Frightening that it's from.
And now we get the opportunity to visit one
closed.
Zachary,
Come
the
back tomorrow
photographer.
or make an appointment online.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not here for an appointment. I'm here about the murder.
Yes. What do you want?
The Shaws
The
hired me to
Shaws.
investigate.
Oh. You mean that girl who got killed?
Yeah,
what was
that
her
one.
name? Dorothy?
You've never met
I see a lot of faces
young
in the
Dorota.
studio, but I'm not good with names. Wait. Dorota, I remember now.
I see. So, did you ever take any
For the
pictures of
August
young Miss
Chronicle,
Dorota?
she won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept
Also, I
reflecting
don't
the
think I've ever
fashion
heard of
room
a
in the shop.
red screen background. That's new.
No, I went to her house along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat.
So you and your smarmy self went over there with a reporter to her house.
If
so
you
know
ask me
exactly
to
what
drive
she
there without my sat nav, no.
I see. And was that the only time
No,
you
actually,
ever met her?
I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came in for a studio session.
Interesting.
Wait there. As you can see, there's photos here. Her on the cello.
We have seen those photos.
Now this one's in colour. Beautiful hair. Oh, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Oh, hang on. Do you see what I see?
I see a necklace. I see. No? What do you see?
I think she's just a very attractive girl. That's all.
I'm not buying it for one single fucking second. What about
What do
any
you
other
mean?
pictures? Violet told me all
Violet
about
needs
it.
to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography.
I'm familiar.
Dorota saw my boudoir set and asked me to take some shots. It's all very tasteful. A lot of women have them done as gifts for their husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends, I suppose.
Yes, yes, yes. No one's judging here. But what about
She didn't
your
say.
arrangement with Dorota?
Her boyfriend, I assume.
You assume. So you've never met the boyfriend.
Friends, yes. I know Violet very well.
Yeah, I bet you do. Exactly how well?
Violet takes it very well, actually. I like him like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm center.
I hate him. I hate him. He's everything about photographers that I absolutely detest.
I'm sorry, my analogy wasn't explicit enough for you.
No, it was
Yes.
incredibly explicit, unfortunately. So where were you last night?
Here. I'm usually here most nights.
Doing what?
I live here, detective. Long story short, I'm divorced. My wife got the house, my business is all I have left.
And why the divorce?
You are quite
Is
right.
it because
and
of
that
some
the
sort of
situation
infidelity?
is related to
Ooh, you know who would know that?
painful emotions
Violet.
from the past.
Let's go around again, just to see if anyone else has anything else to say. So how did your day
How
with
did you
Brom?
hear about that? Anyway, it wasn't a date. I was doing a favour for Chief DuPont. Only lasted a few minutes.
Excellent. That's what she said.
Yeah, funny. Look, it's really not any of your business, Sam. That's between me and the Chief. All right.
I understand. Thank you very much for your time. What about this Zach Weston?
No. Who's that?
He was taking pictures with your girlfriend.
Never heard of him.
Dorona sure did.
Who what? Boudoir photos? She sent some private photos to me by phone. Do you mean them?
No, I mean professional
I get it
photos.
now. That's why you're asking about Zach Weston. Maybe I should pay him a visit.
No. Shit.
Just by hearing your words.
That's going to be a bad
I think
idea.
Robin can take
That would be a
part in
really
it.
bad idea for you to do, kid. Like, I'm just
Got anything
saying,
else on
really
Zach
bad
Weston?
idea.
Let me know.
Okay. So, Zach was, in fact, taking
I'm all for
boudoir
a good
photos.
boudoir picture, but who are they for? There's definitely a strong connection between those two there.
And if they weren't for the boyfriend...
Well, unless they were for Oscar, I don't know. Unless there's someone else about to come out of the woodwork.
Someone else, indeed. What
Zach
do we know?
Weston
Oh,
says
goddammit,
he
I
was in
didn't
the
mean to do that.
studio last night.
I already know what
Zach
we know.
says he's sleeping with Violet, which I doubt. Zach did other photo sessions with Dorota.
Interesting. Why would you doubt that he's sleeping
What
with
else
her?
he's not telling us. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted.
Still following up
Yeah,
on
he
Birmingham.
mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing.
That Birmingham story is
Oscar's
going to be
in the
really
TV
important to
playing
this,
football
isn't it?
last night.
Figuring
He
out
said
what happened there.
that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
So Zach says
That's
he
what
was in a
says,
studio
but no
last
one
night.
can back him up. He's on my radar now.
Yeah, he's definitely on my radar
I
too.
think
It's
you're
definitely being
supposed to tell
super
me
duper
that.
creepy and weird.
If he was taking photos of Dorota, maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one.
Oh, poor
The
Rupert.
room
You have
service
plenty of
car
muses. I
and a
would be a
roof
muse.
with a view to die for. In our
Okay.
idle chatter,
Back here in the
I
hotel.
pieced together.
Visit with everyone just to get the round of dialogue as per usual. So let's talk about this Zach
do we really have
Weston
to?
fellow. Yes, we do. He's made some claims about you, my dear. He says that
How
you're
vulgar.
sleeping
Yes,
together.
I suppose that is what he'd say. But I've never let him lay a finger on me. He says we're in a relationship, but he doesn't act like it.
I know, he is a bit immature. What do you mean, though?
He thinks he's irresistible to women.
Yeah, I can get that too. Is he?
No.
What the fuck, tiny creepy child? Why is the shining happening?
Scent is always the first sense to return. Salt air assaults my nostrils.
Anybody else
I
just see that tiny
arrived at
creepy
the
child?
cacophony of traffic, stood upon the side of the Golden Gate Bridge. The sun's...
Okay.
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings.
Oh,
Got
right,
good
she's
photos somehow.
logged in.
Lexi's locked in till 8 too. I can sort you out afterwards, yeah?
Sure. All right. Not right now.
wide.
Although I guess that's a pretty good alternative to just not being there, you know, as a reason why they can't be visited right now. So I appreciate that. So Birmingham.
Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for.
3 murders.
But we turned up.
Is what you went for.
It started with a girl, Ginny.
What did Ginny look like?
She was South African.
Uh-huh.
I only mention it because that was its thing.
It's the Traveler?
Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3.
Why did the Traveler want 3
You should ask
specific
Bronwyn.
victims?
She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute.
I see. So, if Mr. Hedges was number 1, and this young lady was number 2, so there has to be some sort of common thread that will lead
I
us
guess
to
you
number
might
3.
call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us.
Sexy.
They come from other worlds.
And they go right into my other world. So why demons?
Some religions talk of demons, but they don't actually exist. Travelers can get inside us and make it look like we're possessed, hence the demons.
Right.
Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect.
I'm sorry. Would you like to repeat that in English?
They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them.
So you think the murderer is one of these
probably
extra
the tarot
dimensional
doesn't
creatures?
just sat-nav us to normal murders.
Okay, fine. Whatever. What do you know about Zach Weston?
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he did mention Dorota.
How so?
He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. He said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was Dorona Shaw.
So you're telling me that you saw him, and he said he was heading over to Dorota's last night.
Slide the magazine into the Smith & Wesson. Lockdown sirens blare, but the cavalry's
Interesting. And of course, Lexi is taken up on the phone line too.
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait? Just give me to 8, okay?
I don't really like the way you look me up and down, Lexi. I don't know if I'll be back at 8.
It's in far better shape than he is.
But anyway, I
limped
guess
past the wreck
at this
towards the
point,
exit ramp.
let's hail a cab.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorona Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this
Dan, you're not
weekend's
wrong.
Tulip
That's
Festival
definitely a
has
possibility.
been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock.
I wonder if the traveling around will be raining now. Or at least getting to. Next chapter!
I've got news.
Uh-oh. What's your news?
We've done a reading.
Yeah. And what did your group reading say? The 5 of Swords.
The 5 of Swords.
Again.
It's the same card as yesterday.
And the group reading gets to its second target. Werewolf Hands draws.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands.
And that's exactly what it is.
This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all 3 again?
1 in 474,552.
Yep.
I know. I get asked a lot.
Somebody had to do the math at some point, right?
Bet it's a 10 of Swords.
Bet it's not. Bet it is. It's the 10 of Swords.
It's happening again.
Okay.
There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Ellis Munro.
Ellis Munro. So we have murder number 1. Slain in her boudoir.
Sam, let me bring you up to speed.
What?
I know what you're going to say, and I don't want to hear it. I've arrested Bronwyn. She's named a second victim, and as far as I'm concerned, the safest thing to do right now is have her behind bars. Those tarot readers have been doing my head in all day, talking to me like I'm a suspect, asking ridiculous questions, and then denying they've seen me at all. So what's done is done. If anything, I've just made Alice safer. You can go.
I don't know if he's locked in
But
his
she
radio
couldn't.
tower all night.
Not with how it mocked her. See?
He should be safe, right?
It said Mother was right.
Either way, let's go meet our new person first. Hi there.
You must be Sam.
And you must be Monroe. Nice to meet you.
I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me.
I mean, I guess we can notice an immediate connection. They're all redheads with pale skin. So then what did Mr. Hedges look like?
Yes.
Although, I guess...
We were friends. I hadn't known her for long. Only a few weeks.
And how did you meet her?
We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know?
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, I do.
We talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show.
So perhaps the infidelity was not with another boyfriend. What happened after
we'd
the
had a
show?
few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I
Uh-huh.
thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she
Instead-
kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back.
Mm-hmm. And then... You do know she has a
Oscar.
boyfriend, correct?
Yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind, but she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else.
Which is when the voyeurism stuff started up.
I said some guys like to watch, so tell him it would be sexy if he could look but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked.
Sure did. He stayed in that closet for quite a long time. So we think the murderer actually
killer was in
watched
her
her in the
wardrobe?
same way.
What? Well, then it had to be Oscar. He's the only one it could be.
Except not anymore.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because you also had access.
Then she was seeing someone else? No. Someone she knew. Knew she'd be alone? A stalker?
Did Oscar know about you? So do you know why Dorota would
It was
own her wedding
mom's.
dress?
She was saving in case she ever got married.
Interesting that she would tell you about that and not the boyfriend.
This is just between us, right?
Yeah, sure.
We fooled around.
Uh-huh.
I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy. Poe and Dorota, people I say hi to. I have thousands of followers and subscribers, and they keep me feeling warm when I'm down, but they're not friends. I do
I
get
don't
the
know,
odd
something
stalker,
about
but that
her
isn't something anyone
seemingly
wants.
pouty and innocent demeanor, juxtaposed with having literally half her face completely dark the entire time. I mean, it's not gelling. Something is not gelling here. Something about her is not right. Tell
We're
me more about your
co-hosts.
co-host.
On the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend.
And
He's on
could
air
I
at the moment, but
talk
he'll
to
be
him?
finished at 8:30.
Cool. Excellent. Good to know.
On air?
You have an alibi.
We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports. It's how we keep our funding.
I see. So, do you
Not
know about
very
a
well.
Zach Weston?
He's done a
and
few
some
shoots with you and Poe
photographs?
to promote the show.
Oh, I see. I see. Those kind of shoots. Have you ever done any private sessions
No.
with him?
Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to.
That's a good idea.
for him.
Keep refusing.
But Dorota did.
Yeah.
She gave me the pictures as a gift. She looked amazing.
And there's where the pictures end up. Any idea who might want to hurt you?
Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. I was
Go
a
on.
Hollywood actress, and there were hundreds of magazines and newspapers all piling up on the red carpet, and they all had my picture on the front cover.
Oh, that means you want to
But
kill your father.
the red
That's
carpet
pretty.
wasn't
That's pretty
carpet.
usual.
It was a pool of blood,
Okay, that's weird.
and it seeped through all the pages. Then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam?
I think it means you're insane. I think it means you hit a deep sleep
REM
phase
sleep.
and we're just dreaming, my dear.
So, you don't think dreams mean anything?
Seems like you
Everyone
do.
has meaningful dreams, Sam. Everyone.
So we have people who believe in the metaphysical and also people who believe in dreams meaning things. I assume that there's astrology coming up soon. What is it
Just
that you want me
don't
to do?
hurt me.
Ooh.
Or let me get hurt.
Okay. Fair enough. We will do our best. Oh my god!
Sam? You forgot your phone.
Sweet Jennifer, don't sneak up on a man like that! I have a service revolver! I don't actually have a
And it was
service
used to
revolver, but it
crush
sounded
all
intimidating,
young
right?
women in Kiruna in the 1960s.
Oh my gosh.
They were all identical quadruplet.
Okay, I guess back to the photographer. Do you know an
Monroe.
Ellis Monroe?
Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here.
And have you ever wanted to shoot her before?
I always get the shot, Sam. One way or another.
Okay, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird and fucked up. That's red flags. That's serious red flags right there, right?
Dreams
And nightmares.
with Poe and Monroe. So, we have Gabby's dream. So, Gabby said that she's grocery shopping, and when she finally gets to the checkout, there's a huge queue. Now, when she gets to the
I thought
cashier,
she was going to
realizes
describe
she's
her
left
dream
her
on the
money
air,
at home.
but no, not so much.
And then the cashier makes her put everything back on the shelf.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Oh, okay. So I guess now, if we wanted to, we could dress up as the photographer.
Unresolved.
But I think we need to stick in our own skin for just a few more
Something you
minutes.
could say about most
Because we need to
dreams
visit...
are recurring dreams.
Wait, where's Bronwyn?
It's an unresolved issue here, but
Bronwyn is
it's
missing.
related to shopping, and I'm wondering what.
And Violet is with the little girl. So she is real.
Excellent work. Gold star for you.
And who is this?
Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Nice to meet you. Quit creeping out men while you're running around here.
Be nice to her while I'm gone.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot she's in jail.
Otherwise, I might have to smother you in your sleep.
Mm-hmm. She's not joking. She's
What's your
absolutely
name?
not joking. I'm the bogeyman. No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
Sophia. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Do you want to
You're
know a
very-
secret?
Yes. Always, yes.
Violet was taken by aliens in their ship.
What?
She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you?
Yeah, about this aliens thing. Do you know Miss Monroe?
Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio.
You're so clever. Have you ever actually met her, though?
Yes, I believe I did. She was here once for something.
Oh,
yeah. I remember now.
Did she ever say... Oh. I think we may know.
She has a wicked imagination for her age.
Yeah, but that's not all, isn't it?
I was seeing and hearing things that weren't there.
Right.
That's why I'm taking pills.
Auditory and visual hallucination.
I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just
Fair enough.
Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently.
It's okay. I'm an investigator, ma'am. I'm not going to tell anybody.
Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I think it's in those crushing
No.
memories that we're going to find out the answers.
Not even the moon.
Well, that's weird. The chief said you'd tell me about the abduction.
I don't really want to.
I don't care.
About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. Cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness. Like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times, even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal.
So something is clearly happening to her. But the question is what?
No. I have certain flashbacks.
What are they? What do you remember? I really need you to
difficult to
tell me
explain.
exactly what you
Stuck
remember.
in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations, suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts. Bruises. Memories.
As that it wards
Weird.
off evil
Very, very
spirits
weird.
by traversing the ley line.
Because, I mean,
Well, I wish
it's
we
not
could give
abductions.
everyone in August one
At
of
least not
those.
alien abductions. But
How
then
could you
what
let
is
Chief
it?
DePaun do that? I'm not talking to you until you get this fixed. Bronwyn was on Tarotasm, Sam. Just like she was an hour ago. And they record everything, so her alibi should be without question. She was just lying to protect Lexi. She's maternal like that.
Gabby said that.
Wow. And then he kicks us out.
she's
Unfortunately, that wasn't my
grocery shopping, and when
fucking
she
choice.
finally gets-
Oh my god, Sam,
Oh,
what are we
whatever.
going to do? The chief can't just run out like that, can he? You know she's innocent.
And I'm
The
also
shear makes
guessing
her
that
put
dressing
everything
up
back
as
on the
Bronwyn
shelf,
and going
but
around
it
talking to
never
people right now
ends.
is probably
And
not going to be the
every time
best
she
thing to
comes
do
back to
either.
the card, it seems more filled than before. Wow. I do like dreaming.
And also, Bronwyn is not even an option to transform into right now, interestingly enough. So I guess let's see if we can get the tarot readers that
Hi,
are
I'm
left
Lexi.
to talk to each other. See
I'm
if we can get
Lexi.
some more information that way. But I feel like we need to crack that fucking... Oh,
Hi,
nope. We need to crack
Hi.
that photographer
Hi,
open
I'm
like the
Chief
big old
DuPont.
nut he is. I have a feeling that's going to be next on my agenda. But anyway, let's go talk to Rain
Hi, I'm
as Lexi.
Oh, I'm Lexi.
And bye-bye.
I think you might need a promotion.
to deputy dream interpreter.
Is Bronwyn out yet?
No, unfortunately, she's not. It sucks.
Sam's working on it. Our job is so stressful.
Don't worry, Lexi. She'll be fine.
Our job is so stressful.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown, trying to triumph good over evil, generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Yeah.
Why do we do
rough
it?
gig.
Why don't we just quit? Why?
For me, it's a common decency
There's no
thing.
way that Lexi would ask
Hi,
about
I'm
quitting. I
Bronwyn.
mean, that's just
Did you
that's
know
weird.
the Earth was overrun by transdimensional evil? Want to help fix it? Sure.
Transdimensional evil?
I'll read the manual, Lex. People are afraid of ghosts, zombies, and aliens. They never even think to consider the possibility that there are millions of universes, potentially with millions of predators, all far more evolved than we are. What are our chances of victory?
He's not wrong.
Minuscule. But if we don't fight at all, 0.
You
I mean, the
might
man's
have
not
to
wrong. He's
challenge
insane.
your
He's
life.
absolutely batshit bonkers. But at least he's not wrong.
A lot of food for thought for this.
Okay.
Listener.
I don't think as Lexi we can do anything else right now. So, what would happen?
I'm Oscar.
If we as
Is there anything
Oscar
else I can do?
maybe went to go and see the new boo. I wonder what would happen. Oh, god damn it.
Hi,
I keep hitting the enter button thinking it's going to press leave because that's the button
I'm
that's
Chief
highlight, and then I
DuPont.
remember that it actually highlights the person's portrait there too. And that's what it's actually going to register. So instead of just
I'm Jack
hitting
Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
enter, I need to actually click on stuff when I do this menu. Oscar is the person that I meant to pick on.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
All right. And then also, as Chief DuPont, we need to go and check in with Oscar to see what he
willing
actually
or wish
found
to
back in the
reconnect
apartment. I
with
just want to
her
go see
family.
how this would work.
But it's just not possible for Robin because perhaps there.
Oscar, I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Were you seen?
Oscar, it's so much more complicated than that.
Why didn't you save her? Is it really? Tell me.
Oscar, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. That's not who I am. I go out of my way to help people, to be kind to them.
And in this case, it got someone killed.
I had feelings for her, Oscar. You should understand that. I'm sorry this is how you had to hear it. But maybe she didn't tell you because she was leaving me.
What?
I don't know.
She was leaving you?
I'm sorry. I truly am.
Well, that's new information. Okay.
You want to make it up to me?
No, that's not gonna happen.
That's so
I do
kind
forgive
of
you.
you. Giving me closure. I have so many loose ends.
Like what?
And not much time.
Oh, right, because
No,
her life has
by
been
the
threatened
sounds of
too.
it, this
I forgot.
dream feels very sad,
Okay.
and it feels like
Then
it's
I reckon.
Oscar, good. You got my message.
What?
Got some things to show you.
Awesome.
What
Show
have
me.
you got?
Does this mean anything to you?
That's Dorota.
Why, yes, Chief DuPont. That does mean something to me. That's Dorota.
And what if I showed you this?
Hey.
Alice Monroe.
Do you know her?
She's from.
And if I do this?
He's such a child. He's such a child.
What are you doing?
Oh, Rupert, you're my favorite.
That'll be all.
I love you so much.
You can go now.
Cowering in the closet, peering through the crack. It floated there in the center of the loft. The bag lady. If
I'm
it
gonna
moved
have
on,
to.
Maybe escape was possible, but it just floated in the middle
That's
of the
got to
empty
be a
room.
GIF. Somebody needs to
Eerily
make that into a
silent.
GIF. Please, somebody. Please, somebody
The
GIF that
vacant
right now.
penthouse had a hallucination.
All right, let's head back to our room and transform into the chief. And I guess go and visit
Hi,
Oscar. Do this in reverse. Now that we know
Hi.
what the message was,
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
we can fill that in there without having to bluff too hard.
Impression.
And the
of
message
fishing.
was, hey, your
The twilight
victim lady
moon through
and
long
also the
windows
radio
and
girl.
Bag lady floating.
We're kind of
as if
bumping
suspended
uglies.
in currents of unseen water. The bag lady changed form. Not just undelusions of hair,
Okay.
clothes.
So now we'll go and visit Oscar.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, I've got all the answers.
Is it
So,
about the boudoir?
Am I still a suspect?
still?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
We're gonna tell him no.
Good.
Maybe he'll let his defenses down.
Listen, I think I might get out of this place soon. need some space.
You need to run.
Is it about the boudoir?
Yeah. So it's true then?
Oh yeah, incredibly
I haven't
true.
seen them. I'm sorry. It's all tasteful stuff. Maybe a gift?
I didn't get them. Now I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't seen them.
And never will, unfortunately. They weren't meant for you, bud. Damn.
There it floated.
Unfortunately,
And then
that
it
means we
turned
don't get to
face me.
see what Oscar happened to
Run
find
or die, the door
in
gave
the room.
way from the stump.
Fuck. I was really hoping that that would drop on us, but
Footsteps
it was
echoed
never
on
an
wood.
option.
The spinal shiver of pursuit by a nightmare.
What about Zach? Do you have anything to say to the chief of the police? No.
The air was thickened mud.
Okie dokie. Fair enough.
Limbs slowed with each straining step.
Claude.
Violet.
Fate.
And we're done.
Hoped it would be over quickly.
Well, Rain doesn't have anything to say to the chief because
Clutching
the
my
chief locked up
shoulders
his
with spider-like fingers.
number one. Lexi also has nothing to say to the chief.
Led straight
Good to
into
know.
its mind. A cold, dark tunnel.
And we'll go back to our rooms. Well, I guess we do have a new, two
Hi,
new faces that we can
I'm
go around with and see what kind of reactions that we get.
I'm Ellis.
With
They're
its
molested that
camouflage.
time.
A human mind to wear.
So let's make the rounds as Miss Ellis now and
I
see
agreed
what
to
we can
help the
find.
bag lady with its disguise.
Rayan? Nothing.
I agreed to help.
Huh.
I thought to the bag
Lexi? No.
guys to float. Since human beings don't float, except in water.
Hail a cab. Let's go and visit the chief. Wow, chief's not here either.
It had eyes.
Jesus, everybody's gone. Oscar's gone?
But the entity did not understand.
Seems as though Ellis can't visit with anyone.
Understanding.
Not a
living or
single
dead.
soul.
These
Wow.
things were all alien to it and meaningless. Its present form was an approximate.
Now that's a good idea, Harwood. We can definitely give that a shot.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
On her market value. Until
Okay,
she
go
ended
back
up
to the
in the
cab.
clutches of the
Visit
entity in an empty penthouse lair. And the entity.
Ellis?
Chief DuPont. Thanks for calling in.
I'm
At
just
the
checking that
moment,
you're
my
safe.
heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me.
Yeah, because you're next.
Is that safe?
No, definitely not safe.
Have I ever let you down? What's really worrying you?
That's
that
the
you're
one.
just saying you're doing things when you're not actually doing anything. What's the plan, Chief DuPont? How do we stop this from happening?
I could lock you in a jail
How
cell
do we
overnight.
stop me
Would
from
that make you feel
dying?
safe? Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I
Wrenched
had
open
an
my
answer
jaw.
for that, dear.
Fingers with far too many segments.
And of course, Zachary has nothing to say, but I figured I
Stretching
would
it
just check
wide.
him anyway.
The bag
Okay.
lady gapped its bile-stained mouth over my own and regurgitated a worm-like thing.
I guess we can return to ourselves and go and visit Zach and Ellis now.
Struggling. As the worm wriggled around my tongue and throat, coated with mucus, probed
Ellis has nothing else to
into
say.
my nasal cavity,
What about Zachary? Ria.
falling inside my...
Oscar? Oscar, who's not even here.
And gradually...
Man, I really thought that playing Oscar against the Chief would work.
Do me a favor, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me.
Interesting. So Violet just said something about aliens?
What do you know about it?
That she thinks they're real?
She thinks she was abducted. Obviously,
Several
it's all
times.
fiction.
Fuck me.
Why?
Because it's against the law.
Well, then I've made a mistake. Whoops.
Yeah, let her out of
You know,
fucking
some
jail.
spell works magic on most
Dick.
people, even tarot readers. Look, I see you're starting to care for these people already, but Violet's been watching them like a hawk. If you can convince her, you convince me.
Okay. Well,
Had to
I
be
guess we
told
know
as people
what
strolled
our mission
past
is
on the
now.
sidewalk.
We're never going to
Not
convince
this
Violet
one,
to
the
go
worm
there
had to be
herself.
told when talking with
So,
coworkers and asset
I
management.
think it's time to pay a visit to our friend the Chief. wearing violet skin. Well, not directly wearing violet
Hello,
skin. Looking like
I'm
violet. You know
Violet.
what I mean. Mask of many faces. It's not
I'm
like a Hannibal
Violet.
Lecter thing.
It. Said something was wrong. Just behind my eyes.
Hailing a cab, we can go and visit the chief.
Violet, if this is about releasing people from prison, the answer is no. And
Except
need
you
hard
just told
evidence of that.
Sam that...
No. Go. Back to the guest house.
Cardboard sign in hand.
So I
and
guess
urine.
we need
The
hard
worm
evidence
probed, and the worm did not hear
in
the
order to
usual
be able to
refrain.
free her. But how are we going to get said hard evidence if no one will talk to us?
What's special about this one? The answer
Lexi's not here.
been precisely the point. How about
Although I
something
guess
to eat?
I can go... I don't know, let me try something.
Handful of change to buy him a coffee and a
I
conversation.
remember last hour,
A talk
Lexi wanted to talk
What are you
to
doing
us.
here? Go rescue Bronwyn.
I'm
George
trying.
lost his job and his family and couldn't work because of pinched nerves, or so he said.
I haven't
Zach
really
Weston.
traveled around as Zach yet.
Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Let's see what happens now. If anything.
George
Who
found
knows? It
out
might
that
give
there
me
was a
absolutely
great
nothing
place he
again.
could sleep better than.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard? What haven't I been doing?
Yeah, Zach is absolutely the worst kind of creeper who would be saying something like that.
You are so irritating.
Oh, you know it, baby.
Want to?
Is that really all you think about? Starting
Isn't it
to
all
look
you
like
think about?
August has a serial killer targeting redheads. Look at my hair, Zach. Does this look red to you?
Nope. Looks pale as the day is long. Oh yeah, no, you're
He
definitely
appeared
one of the
and
victims too.
changed forms,
But it's okay.
and the screams lasted just a moment.
What about the other?
Zach, let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow.
Yes.
Now, I don't know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
Wow. Go Rain.
Welcome to Poe's Curious.
Officially new favorite character. Way to deal with that shit.
Well,
And then Lexi's just not even around.
What's
Lexi's just not even gonna deal with Zach's bullshit.
Well,
Good call, girl. Okay, what about Oscar? Nope, nothing. And last but certainly not least, Miss
Zach?
Ellis.
What are you doing here?
I keep
I've
asking.
been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Good to know. I'm not one of them though, so
Okay.
unless there's anything else.
So that confirms that they did not, in
Pose
fact,
for
sleep
me.
together.
Let's sleep together. Pose for me.
Zach, please stop asking. It's not gonna happen.
We already knew that.
Just undo a few buttons.
Okay, this is weird.
Are you bullying me into taking my clothes off for you? That's sleazy.
It is very
Just
sleazy.
leave, Zach, before I call Chief DuPont.
Lord Worthing.
Okay. Well, the
Later
good news
soul
is that was
raised
absolutely on
funds.
brand for Zach. So if anything, we just made a
Library
shady
burned
person
down
look even worse,
3 weeks
which
after
I'm
this
always
hit.
down for.
Would you believe
So
They normally
What
come
now?
in pairs and have
Hello, I'm Rain.
I haven't really walked around as Rain very much, and it's possible that he knows more than he's letting on.
I'd quite like to have a guard against evil.
particular in.
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Oh yes, about aliens and everything.
Is she
I
a
remember.
ghost?
What makes you say that, Rain? Is there something about her aura?
Is she a goddamn ghost?
The old man hobbled slowly down the street, leaning heavily on his tripod and...
Hi, Lexi.
Did you miss me while I was gone?
Oh my god.
So.
So this Ellis
I'm
Monroe.
honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Really?
Except she's probably gonna die anyway.
No, not really. But I don't have many options. I'm asking everyone how I can help, so maybe I actually can help this time.
The youths nodded
But
to
I guess
each
the
other,
best thing that you
took
can do
final
is probably
swigs from their
alibi
cans of
up
beer,
so
and
that
strolled
when she
blithely down
dies,
the pavement,
and it is a
tracking
when, not an
attention.
if, you'll be covered.
The old man
Let's go around and see the other
Richard.
people here.
halfway down.
Nope.
Love had
And
been
finally, Miss
vandalized.
Ellis Monroe.
Haven't you done enough predicting my death?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I know it's not your fault. Well, unless you're the killer.
No, definitely not.
Have you made a decision about the...
I think it's a no. Sorry. It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners? What reading?
The reading where you determined that she was going to
Why
die.
would I-
Wait.
What reading?
No, that reading was just given moments ago. The reading from the other day, this is
The
something
reading
different.
you gave me to show me what you could do. It was scarily accurate.
What?
Everything. My broken heart, the enveloping darkness, my beautiful death. You said it was just a metaphor, that it was just about transformation. But it's not. I'm going to die, aren't I?
It's possible. Not if we can help it, though.
Trying to rebuild my life, to find a way to live with the intolerable.
And Chief's not there, right? Yeah. Just making sure.
First, they tried to get me to talk about it. I couldn't tell them what had driven me to breaking point, the fear of discovery.
Oh, yeah.
or the
Absolutely,
endless
Harwood.
replays
Zach
in my
definitely has a
head.
type.
So they loaded me up with antipsychotics, smothering.
She opens up to me, he says.
Hi, I'm...
So let's take Chief DuPont down to
Hi.
Violet and see if
Hi,
we can
I'm
pry
Chief
out some more
DuPont.
information that might give us the proof to get her out of, to get Bronwyn out of jail that we need.
Was not
Because
connected
that's
with
clearly
police
the objective of
manhunt after
this
the body
hour.
was found.
Or at least something close to. Nope,
Zone.
nothing from Violet. Fuck. Seriously?
Tonight's the night.
And then Rain and Lexi are not going to be
For
here.
The last 8 days. So tonight,
Fuck.
the gates of madness open at midnight. There's no point in trying to fight it, so I have to try and keep as much control as I can. Out there, it's a chill night, and there's been rain, so I can keep the hood up on my parka without.
Perhaps being somebody else is not what we need to do right now. Because there have been times where just transforming back into ourselves and jumping in the cab
Roll up
actually
the hood,
progresses the story. So
walk
let's
out
see what
into the
happens.
rain. The Pentonville.
Yeah, Chief, I know. It's fucking weird.
We've got a new target. Ellis Monroe. Ellis said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it.
Mm-hmm.
She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call center system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect. But Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one
Why
corroborates.
do I get the feeling that he's doing
And he
something
keeps
very
asking Ellis
bad
to
to her?
pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet.
Yeah, but
Many people would know that.
the wedding dress we
That's
found
it.
out about. Huh. Interesting.
A couple walk on the other side.
Not
of
a
the
whole
street,
lot of open
engrossed
threads
in
right
each
there.
other. The footsteps behind me cease.
Ugh.
The dis-
And they're all just staring at me expectantly. And I've got nothing for them.
stalking me, but I have a greater need of a quiet corner than he. From the clatter of the
Here we go. So, Bronwyn's
You're
innocent.
sure it was her?
Yeah, we're 100% sure. We've listened to the tapes. Her voice
Then
is
it
recorded.
couldn't be her, could it? You want me to tell Claude, don't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I mean Chief DuPont. Fine, fine, I'll call him.
Yay! So it's actually getting the real Violet
so
to give
wrong.
him a call. Which
At
means that
least
now,
I knew what to do when the dream
hail a
started. I
cab,
was able to prepare.
visit the chief. Did you let her out? So about this
Fine.
false imprisonment shit.
Let me do the paperwork. I'm starting to regret hiring you.
You didn't
Maybe we
hire
should
me. The
concentrate on
Shaws
something
did.
else.
Yay! She's out of prison! We did it!
Offer any close relationships if I wanted to have any kind of worthwhile
Which means
lifestyle. A steady...
we can go and visit her. Hi! How's it going, Jailbird? So tell me
I've
what
heard
you
her
know.
on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though.
Okay. What about this connection
That's the
between
million-dollar
Alice and
question,
Dorona?
isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did the air quotes. They didn't really.
Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead.
Interesting. So Rain said you know about
a little
rights.
bit. What did you want to know?
Everything.
A right can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony.
Like imagine a dark quinceañera filled with triple murders.
Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it?
No, not really. So why were there 3 victims
3
before?
is a powerful number.
Yes.
There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel.
So what about this coin that
Was
Dorota
it a
had?
gold coin?
It absolutely was.
That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveler thing. It's a bit showy, but well, there's no guarantees.
But the only person who knew what kind of coin it was could be the murderer. And unfortunately, that puts you as my #1 suspect again, Bronwyn. She knew about the coin. And here's the thing, it's not as though we haven't known serial killers to be so egotistical to think they could be
No.
right underneath
I
the
can do a
scene
reading
and no
if
one
you
would
want.
ever know. Especially if their alibi was tight enough, which hers is.
9 of Cups. This is a very positive card.
Mm-hmm.
Is Zach a suspect? Something feels wrong. He's too smug, too self-congratulating, like he's got away with something.
Oh, he absolutely did. But just
I
not
don't
murder.
like this, Sam. I don't like this one bit at all. Yes, of course. Anything.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Keep an eye on Violet. Try to find out more. Keep an eye on
Why
Violet.
Violet?
Because
Do you
something's
think she's in
happening to her.
danger? You don't think she's involved, do you?
Possibly. That's what I want to find out.
Leave it with me. I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Takes control of my body and pours through it.
Okay.
The wild exhilaration of the beast.
I don't think that there's any other information for us to squeeze out.
The hunter now becomes
But let's go
the
double check. Yeah, she's out. You're welcome, Rain. Anything else to say? Did you know
Yes.
Alice Monroe?
I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning
Yes,
living's
we know
tricky
that
when
he
you
was
travel
there.
around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free.
And so he went on to the radio station to try and do a reading for her.
Yeah.
And
She
unfortunately
asked
didn't
for
turn
a
out so well.
sample reading to show what I could do.
And how did that reading turn out?
It's easy to see now, with the benefit of hindsight. 3 of Swords, the Devil, Death.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, any
because that
tarot
totally
reader will
sounds
tell
like
you
the
that death
happiest
hardly
go
ever
lucky set
means
of
real
tarot
physical
cards.
death. But given what we've learned,
Tell me
in
more about this
Birmingham,
Birmingham
it was
case.
a man called Uri Harris.
Uh-huh.
He worked as a butcher.
And supposedly South African.
He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other.
He was the perp.
We couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity.
And what makes you think
Because
he was a traveler?
said he'd see us again. In August.
But it's
Before we
November.
even knew it was a month and a place.
Oh. I see.
Drizzle mists the street light. I pull my hood closer, seeking anonymity.
So
with
then,
no eyes as I
this
walk.
murder took place on
Castle
August
Dar
9th
Square at last, so full of people,
at 9 p.m.
None of them knowing and almost.
Although I guess it would be a little bit
orgasmic
too convenient for it to
lethargy
be the
fills me
town of
as they wait in the
September.
rain.
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want
She's
to help.
still safe for now. Do you really want to help?
Please use me. Tell me what to do.
Oh, that's not what you need to say. That is not what you need to say. Find out what you can from the Ouija board, or find out what you can from Zach Weston. Fuck me. I really don't feel like sending her into the lion's den. That is a terrible idea. That is a terrible, horrible idea. And I'm going to do it.
Who's that?
He's this photographer guy who might have had something to do with the murder.
I guess he must be. Okay, I'm on the case. Just give me a minute to get ready and I'll be off.
I don't like that.
I long to sleep myself, but everything.
I don't
must
like
be
what we
put in
just did.
order. The clothes
I don't like what
wore
we
are
just did. I
back
think
and
that's going to
ready
end
for
up backfiring
disposal.
in a major way. But we'll see. We have all of our people back, though. So now that we can transform back into Bronwyn, you don't suppose there's somebody that we can go and
Hi.
talk to her as?
I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
I agree, 100%, Juno.
I see no end to it. I know I can't resist the
Ah,
Slayer's
it's
needs,
true,
but I have
Harwood.
no
Having a
idea
woman
how much-
actually come voluntarily to see him might end up just turning everything around.
I'm not a monster, Bronwyn. I believe in justice too.
And I believe in someone coming around to say thank you when
I'm
they
not
did
one
have
for
had something nice
mystics
done.
in crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
And there's your astrology.
says
I
you're
knew that
lying.
was going to come in. It says you're lying about your alibi.
I suppose it has a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
You would have to
Interesting.
do this. It had been a good while.
So you're
since
still
the
saying that
last.
your alibi's airtight?
What a day. Ellis Munro, then. Looks like our traveller likes redheads.
Yep, seems to be the trend this time.
so sure.
Well, what
Or
then?
it could be something else.
Just young women in general? No. I think it's definitely looking for redheads.
I don't know.
Welcome to
It would
Poe's
certainly be
Curiosity
awful
Shop.
convenient
Okay, Alice.
to
this is
show
what
up
I've
exactly
brought
where
in
the
today.
murders are going to be
What do
before
you
they
think it
happen,
Oh, wow.
to only then have them happen once you arrive.
What are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let's think. What have we tried before?
Ooh, this
few
is a
times
good
we've
way to
caught
get
up with the
information.
Traveller, nothing's worked.
Talking to them? Killing them? Restraining them?
If we lock up the killer until Mercury tells us Ellis is safe, that could work.
But we have no
Who
idea who
is
the
the
killer
killer?
is.
Ellis. Zach. Violet. Oscar. Sam. Chief Dupont. Rain.
Interesting. So who...
Oscar. Violet.
I mean, the only one with gaps of time is Violet. But see, I don't think it's her, because Violet is having something done to her. Something very bad. And then being returned. Unless Violet is being used to perpetrate those acts while she is under the effects of her drug, and then returned. In which case she would technically be the killer, and with her being locked away, there would be no way for her to be used.
Rain.
It's the only one that actually makes sense.
Violet.
Okay.
I can believe that. Maybe we should tie her up.
Sexy. But I think we'll leave that alone for
If it
now.
moved on, maybe escape was possible. But
Okay.
it just floated in the middle of the empty room.
Let's hail a
Eerily
cab and
silent.
perhaps go visit around for a little bit. Hi, Miss Monroe.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Get out now before I call the police.
But I'm one of the tarot readers. Okay, fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out.
Hold.
Never mind.
Room gate
Zachary? Nope. Nothing here.
with twilight
Mr. Oscar? Nada.
floating, as if suspended in currents of
And finally the chief, just to rub it in a little bit. Nope, nothing.
unchanged form.
No, definitely never saw a
Hair,
Braun Harwood.
clothes, but a subtle morphing. The
Okay.
robes were fish scales, briefly.
Well, back to our room, and I guess we can return to our former selves.
Oh, only they weren't.
And I
Except
guess we
for a
need to
moment.
let time pass before Lexi is going to go do her thing with
Deep
Zach the
sea
photographer and put all
Rain
those
with
pieces
row
into
on
motion
row of
there.
teeth.
Bronwood, I don't think we can get anything else out of. No.
There it was.
It's 9 o'clock,
There we
and
go.
you're listening to Radio August.
Redheads, just
Investigations
have more
into
fun.
the murder of
And I believe
21-year-old
that
Dorona
this is
Shaw
actually
are
where the
continuing
embargo
this evening.
that
Ms.
was
Shaw
placed
was
on the
found
game
dead in her home
says
at
that we had to
approximately
cut
10
off
p.m.
if I had
last
streamed
night,
it on Sunday.
What police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I really hope something didn't happen to her. That would be terrible. And we will find out right after we come back from break. Don't you dare go anywhere. We're going to take ourselves a short break. And when we come back, we'll have a lot more Shapeshifting Detective to come. We'll be right back. Bye.
To be offended.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
have
back
another
to our next
suggestion,
portion of
Dr.
Shapeshifting
Mikani
Detective.
offered.
Let's see how much farther we
Without
can get,
much
shall we?
thought, Dimitri
We
blurted
have some
out,
machinations that
Sam,
are in
I've got
play right
some
now.
heavy rain news.
What do you mean about heavy rain?
Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record.
Interesting. And what did he
He
do?
was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you.
It's an awfully convenient thing to find.
To argue. Well, Dr. Whitfield.
Oh, that sucks.
If
Yeah,
you're
that
really
soldier
that
first
sure
class
about
job
it,
is pretty great.
The others offered no protest.
We
You're
have a
the
new
detective.
option.
Monroe just called. This is madness. Who
No.
would want to hurt her?
Madness is how badly your hair is slicked down, but we'll come to that later.
We've
What about
worked
you and
together
Monroe?
for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things.
And is she currently
I
seeing anyone?
believe not. She has a big heart, and in my opinion, opens it too easily.
Which is a true statement because we know that Dorona was leaving her. Is there anyone who might have hated
Only
Monroe?
a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe. That was her idea.
Including putting you first.
Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, Detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about.
Oh, we are very familiar with
Uniting
you and your radio
August
show.
via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor's surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house.
Oh, we've seen your Decker radios. So she's forcing people
That's cynical, Detective.
to listen to you.
Not at all. We aren't the only show on the radio.
But you are the only show that plays.
We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago.
And that's where
Do you
she
think
met
whoever killed
Monroe.
Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger?
Tarot cards.
Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by.
In fact, it does.
I didn't get his name, I'm afraid. He
Oh, we have a
offered to
much
do
bigger name
spot
now.
on our show, doing tarot readings to answer listener questions. We said
Except it was a
we'd
little
think
bit
about
too accurate, wasn't it?
You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August?
Turns out this place was named Birmingham.
The official story is that Mary August retired from a life on the high seas, found a nice spot here, and used her ill-gotten gains to establish
What's funny is he has
town.
exactly the same kind of
That's not what really happened.
wall soundproofing that I do. It's kind of creeping me out a little bit. What really happened?
It's true that Mary August was a pirate, but she didn't retire. Her ship was sunk on the rocks just off the coast. Mary and all of her crew sought refuge in a small fishing town. This one.
I see. Go on.
They slaughtered everyone. Men, women, and children. All
Everyone
dead
who was
and
living here
dismembered
already.
in their own homes. The bodies were dumped in a mass grave. Well, the body parts. And the pirates moved in.
So everyone in August is descended from pirates, or tell me
No
more about
one
this
knows.
mass grave.
It seems at some point it was built over and then forgotten about. It could be under the school, or the church,
or the guest house
right
itself.
beneath our feet.
Interesting.
On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must
It's a little
go on.
poltergeisty.
Death threats.
I like it.
Be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
I understand.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update.
That was it?
Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorona Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed.
Almost.
Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
Aliens? Next chapter.
August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens will be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Alice Monroe?
I'll protect her at her house, send an officer to her home, or tell her to leave town. Leave town will probably be the safest option, but I don't think she would actually make it. I'll take
Monroe's a local treasure
it
around
on
here,
myself to be
Sam.
there.
Don't let anything happen to her.
Hi. I'm staying with you.
Sam, I'm not sure. Do you think you can stop someone from trying to kill me?
I think I can definitely try.
That's all I needed to hear.
Excellent. So what happens?
Thanks for staying with me, Sam. I know it's dangerous. I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are. It's almost 10 o'clock, Sam. When's it gonna be over? You said Brahman will call when it's safe. Should we call them now, or
Relax.
are we just supposed to wait?
Just relax. Everything's gonna be fine. Maybe we should play a game. Everything's gonna be
I
fine.
know you're just being good, but that's kind of easy for you to say right now. I think I'm probably gonna have a heart attack before anyone gets a chance to kill me.
Just wait.
That's the door. That's the door, Sam. What are we gonna do?
Hide. Oh, so she's gonna hide in a closet with a glass door. Yeah, that's the perfect spot. Ay, 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 ay. So now what? Who was trying to come in? Monroe? Monroe?
Where's Ellis? Sam, where the hell is Ellis?
I'm here. I was just hiding. Sorry.
Ellis, thank God. I've been outside all the time, okay? Bronwyn Castle just called. She said the danger is over. They've done a new reading. There's another victim now. Look, Danny's outside. He's going to take you somewhere safe, okay? Sam, I think you should find out who the next victim's going to be. Then come and see me in my office.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Poe, and this is your August update. Police investigating
She's
the
dead.
murder of 21-year-old Dorona Shaw say they are getting
She's dead.
closer to apprehending
She's
the killer.
dead and Chief DuPont's
The
the
death
killer.
of Miss Shaw, who was found strangled at her home late last night, has sparked a massive police operation and caused alarm amongst August residents. Monroe has some personal business to attend to, but she sends you all her love and hopes to be back on the air tomorrow. And Monroe, if you can hear me, I'm sending my love out to you too. That's 11 o'clock with Poe.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what it denotes, Juno. Next chapter.
Sam, I have some bad news.
Go ahead.
We've done a group reading, and it's you.
I'm the killer? Or I'm the next target?
I don't know, Sam. I don't know what to say.
Nice.
It's normally a death sentence, but with you, it might be different.
Why me?
I think you've interfered too much. That's why you're the next target.
Are you threatening me?
I've called Chief DuPont already. He's asked that you meet with him.
Yeah,
You
see
should
about
go,
that.
Sam. Be careful.
I think I should be careful of the chief for more reasons than you think. Aw, kiss on the cheek for good luck. Or kiss of death, one of the two.
It's almost midnight. You're still alive. This is a good thing.
But is
No
Monroe
one's
still
even
alive?
attempted to kill you yet.
Where's Monroe?
You've given me a lot of evidence. Enough to arrest someone.
Where's Monroe?
But who?
Where's Monroe?
Make the right decision. You should be safe. If we don't, well, we've all got to sleep at some point. I can get someone to guard your room at the guest house, but it might not be enough. So, Sam, who should I arrest? During that whole thing with Alice, the only people I couldn't keep track of were Rain, Zach, and Violet. I don't want to believe it's Violet, but that's why you're here. You're impartial. Out of those three names, who was with Dorota at the time of her murder, or who has an alibi that doesn't check out? This is on you, Sam. Just give me a name.
Considering both Chief in Ellis's place and office and the group reading are aligned, maybe Monroe's okay because I'm the next victim. Maybe. I feel like the game wants me to pin it on Zach. But I don't know. I don't know enough. We know a lot. But I still don't think we know enough. And unfortunately, this is the point of no return. So it's not us. I don't know, man. Chief DuPont is just way over the top. And also, the one thing we haven't checked was the security footage here. He says there's security footage here, but we haven't seen it. It could have easily been from another night. It's his police footage. Now, his reason or relationship to commit the murder is, I don't know. But that was just, God, so convenient with his appearance in rescuing Ellis. Now here's something else that just struck me. Zack and Poe had one thing in common, in that one of the major dominant colors in their schemes was that big burgundy red. Zack's was the backdrop, and Poe was wearing the same colored shirt, like very red, and also the lighting was a little bit red there. So I'm wondering if the killer is in fact going for all redheads, and all reds by extension, including the wall here. What if that's the theme? Who was not red? No, what I mean is that the colors in the very scenes themselves. Yeah. So, is there anyone who is neither a redhead nor had any red in their picture? Ah, damn it. Well, I guess this is where we just take an L. And I think Rain was actually wearing red, but I'm not 100% sure. At different times, we've had a lot of different suspects. Rain was a suspect because he had priors. But then again, those priors were only pointed out by Chief DuPont at a time at which we had lost all the rest of our suspects. So Chief DuPont is in and of himself an incredibly convenient plot device, which immediately makes him suspicious. But again, Juno, that's only according to Chief DuPont, and that's under the assumption that he is a reliable narrator. So you see how the catch-22 comes in? Do we trust Chief DuPont? That's... You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Juno. But video games have lied to me before. CPUs cheat all the time. So I don't know. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. One of my first instincts was, in fact, Rain. Before we found out he had priors. Because he did kind of slip up about being a little bit more enthusiastic about his job. And appearing right when needed. So how convenient to be able to predict yourself in a place and then create the crime that you're there to solve. Not really having to solve anything. Because all you're doing is pointing out victims that then eventually die.
Rain. Agreed. He's got no corroborated alibis for any key times, and he's one of those tarot muppets who I suspected all along. I was right when I said Bronwyn, because I knew it was one of them. I just didn't know which one.
No, you still weren't
I'll pick
right.
him up. Just
or whatever.
Be careful tonight, Sam.
Okay.
If you've not done your job properly,
that means the killer's still out there. Well, let's find out how this wraps up. Are we safe? Or are we very dead? Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Hi,
Sam.
Violet.
You asked for these earlier.
No, I didn't.
Make sure you get some sleep now. You'll need it. Night.
Good night. Suspicious. Wait, there is another shape-shifting killer. I asked for those
it's
earlier.
1 o'clock in the morning.
No,
and
I
this
didn't.
is Poe with your August update. We don't normally have them at this time, but since there's a killer on the loose, I feel it's my duty to keep the radio station manned.
I think Dan
personally
might
spoke
have been
with Chief
right.
DuPont earlier, and he thinks they're close to catching the killer. Until that happens, though, please lock your doors and stay inside. Remain vigilant. The light has faded, and so has my fortitude. I see things in shadows, behind doors and under desks. I hear the chattering of teeth and the glee of insects waiting to feed on me. The studio undulates like a heart that beats its last beats. I can't go on. I must to bed. Forgive me, Lady August. Forgive me.
Next chapter.
Sam! It's you. I'm tied up in my photography studio. Sounds like we're going to have a great
God damn it.
session. I must say, you're a bit of an idiot for not getting Chief DuPont to arrest me, but fortunately, choices matter. Now I have you in my studio. And no, before you ask, Violet doesn't know. She's far too sweet for all this killing.
So, you're telling me it was the obvious
Sammy,
choice.
you want the whole foot-long explanation. There's no time for that. Those women are sluts. Dorota with her naked legs wrapped around the cello. We all know what that's shorthand for. Preening and makeup, practically begging me to have sex with them. And then when the offer comes, their legs close together like oysters. They're all whores, Sam. We're just haggling over the price. Not just that. That's the reason the police would go after. No. Those pictures I took of them. I saw things in them you shouldn't see. Flashes of death and gluttony. Hideously grotesque things. Those photos told me to kill them.
Oh, so
I mean, I
he
wouldn't
is
kill
insane.
any old whores. I'm not Jack the Ripper. I'm going to kill you, though.
We have a choice. So we could either change into Violet or change into Zach. Which would freak him the fuck out seeing himself. But it might freak him out more to know that Violet knows about this. So what do you think? We've got one shot. Do we transform into Violet? Or do we transform into Zach? So Dan says Violet. Harwood says Zach because he tried to bang you as Violet. That's very true. That's very true. When we came to visit him as Violet. Juno thinks he would actually try and kill us more as Violet. And I can't say that I disagree with that. If we change into Violet, it might give him all the more reason to kill us. If we change into himself, then, well, that might freak him the fuck out. Which would probably make him kill us anyway. But okay. Well, that's 2 votes for Violet then. Let's try Violet.
Goodness. It's not my photos. They were capturing things truthfully, but only I could see them. Violet? You were Sam all along. No, wait.
I'm Violet.
You're not Violet. You're an alien, aren't you? No, no, no!
And he fucked off.
So you let him get away. I'm disappointed, Sam. First you choose to lock up the wrong suspect, then you let the real killer disappear. God damn it. It's fine, it's fine. I'm glad you're okay and no one else is dead. Let's chalk this one up to experience, shall we? I'll catch you in the morning, get some sleep.
Well, shit. I believe that's about as mediocre of an ending as you can get. Yes, Dan, Violet was the one that I locked up. No, Rain. Rain was the one that I
Hello,
locked up.
sleepyhead. I'm
Good
so
morning.
glad to see you alive.
Me too. Did I win?
Enjoy the journey, Sam. Don't think of things as ending. Something new is beginning. Zach's still missing, but Chief DuPont will find him. At least that's what I'll tell myself to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
It's
sorry
not
that I
your
didn't catch
fault.
him.
What could you have done differently?
Everything.
Bye, Sam. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Sam, I'm so glad you're here. When I heard, I got so scared. Sam, I'm just going to say it because you only live once and all that. Sam, I think I've fallen for you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's out there now. We can get on with our lives.
It's a very nice thing to say. I appreciate the compliment.
I see.
You have a great day too.
Nice thing. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Heart wants what it wants. Perhaps you should go for a while so I can have a little cry. I'll be okay though.
Sam, you're alive. That's great. Thanks for thinking I was the killer, by the way. You and me, we're gonna have some trust issues for a while. Well,
Yeah,
don't
but
worry.
see, here's the thing.
I'll
You
forgive
still haven't told me any truth.
Eventually.
Because I know about your past and your
Look,
priors, and you really should have been more
I don't
straightforward
know
with
if
me.
Bron asked in the end, but I hope you're coming with us. I really do.
Something new is beginning.
Sam, I guess you're on your way now. I suppose I knew there was a reason deep down that Zach didn't like me. He didn't want to kill me. Well,
No, he absolutely
hopefully
wanted
he
to kill you.
As who knows where he is right now.
I'm
But
sorry
Sam,
that I
it's
couldn't
still
make you
good
feel
to see you
safer.
here. Mainly because Chief DuPont hasn't settled your bill yet, so I'd appreciate you not leaving until that happens. And obviously, I'm happy you're still alive. You should keep that up too. I'll see you, Sam. You take care.
And you're alive too.
I didn't think you'd leave without saying goodbye.
Good. I'm glad you're alive. No. No. No.
People do horrible things to people every day. I'm just glad there's someone like you around to save us. I mean, everyone needs a little saving from time to time. Even me.
You're strong.
That's easy
You'll be
for
fine.
you to say.
By yourself.
Look what you've just been
Later.
through. I'd have been dead a few hours ago if it wasn't for you.
Maybe that's
But you're
why I'm
right.
single.
I am strong. I will be fine. But I like having you around, Sam.
Everybody does. It's
I hope
okay.
you're
I'm kind
staying.
of a great person like that.
Sam, you win some, you lose some. You're still alive. So we'll call this a no-score draw. Zach won't get away.
Unfortunately,
We're looking
that's
everywhere for him.
what I
We'll
kind of
find
have to
him.
chalk this one up to
Justice
as
will
well.
be done.
Damn
Sam, I don't know what you do or how you do it, but you get answers that most people can't. Can't have you work at the station for obvious reasons, but I do want to work with you.
Nice.
Sam, these are for you. It's a little office just next door to the laundrette in August. August, you're home now.
Sweet.
We want you here.
I'll be down with that. Thanks, Chief.
And I've stuck to my word. That problem you had, I buried it. The coroner's report is going to say the woman was dead when you arrived, not after. I don't personally believe in exorcism or anything like that, but over the last 24 hours, I'm starting to think things aren't as cut and dried as I'd like them to be.
What?
You're a good person, Sam.
What?
At least that's definitely how it looks from the outside.
What?
I am Dorota. I am 21 years old. I love playing cello, and I just been awarded a scholarship to Juilliard. I just love cello. I love all string instruments, but cello is rich and deep and soothing, at least to me. No, cello is my hobby, but my
So-
real passion is... It's silly.
I'm
It
very
sounds silly.
confused.
Well,
Was that implying that there
I'd
was
like to build a time machine.
yet another murder?
I know. But it is possible. I think people make mistakes. They do things they regret and they say things they don't mean. I want to go back in time. I want to make better choices.
You know why you're here, don't you?
No.
Because you did well. And you know what happens when you do well?
I get to live.
Augmentation. Congratulations, Agent 3.13. Welcome to 3.14.
Okay. Enter secret
Debriefing
debriefing.
3204, Birmingham. Transmit. And we're ready. Are you human?
No.
Do you have feelings?
Yes.
Splendid. Do plants have feelings?
Yes.
It hasn't worked. It's stuck in compliance mode. Can we get someone in here, please?
What? Oh, I am 1000% confused about the secret debriefing, and resuming does nothing. Huh. Interesting. So it seems besides finding the real ending to the game and catching the killer, which we now know to be the very obvious choice, there's also a much more secret debriefing that you can only get once you reach the end of the game. Now, I imagine that there's probably a way to cheat that, like get to the end of the game, quit out, copy over the save file, and then just have the save file. So I wonder if there's a way to brute force your way through that. I also wonder where you're supposed to get the answers for those, and we're clearly not human, because that answer was correct. So what are we? What is that secret ending? There's more to the Shapeshifting Detective, and we are not done here. But unfortunately, we are done for the evening. Unless it's a different person each time we play, a la Dr. Decker. But I'm not 100% sure about that. I think it actually is solidified as one killer, but I'm not 100% sure. We can definitely find out next time. And we will be playing this again, because it seems like though we might know a lot about what happened in August, we don't know everything. Poor Dorona, her killer is still out there, and we will find him, we will track him down, and we will figure what happened in this sleepy little England town. Next time right here on twitch.tv/TimLeftwich. My name is Tim Leftwich. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all had a good time. Please go pick up this game. Please go pick up this game. It's great. It's super fucking great. As always. We'll see you next time.